ruin everything, and I think we know that they do. But like, you know, we'll get into it as we
We'll
go.
leave the question open as if the answer isn't obvious.
I mean, like, I even think it's a multifaceted question. I think there's multiple levels. Why I wanted to have this discussion with you, because there's multiple levels. There's only so much you can do in a 7-minute video. Which is why I thought this was kind of genius. Like we get together and we do this like debrief from a recent video, because I love this shit. Like I got into your channel through, I think I've told you before, through your Vampire the Masquerade videos, which a lot of people did. And it was the Anarch video that really got me going. Okay, finally somebody else has said it. Like somebody else has said that these people are just horrid. That shouldn't be around. Hey Box, how's it going, man? Yeah, like it's somebody else said it. Like it was just the Anarchs don't belong really in Vamp. At least not how they're played by everybody who tends to play them. I saw there was a live play on World of Darkness's channel called LA by Night. I really valued this. I thought it was really good. And that's just me.
It was a good show. I've seen bits and pieces.
Yes.
I haven't watched it like religiously, but.
Hey Jake, how's it going, man? Yeah, like it was really good. Everybody did a really good job on that show. But then we had Erika Ishii in there, who is a known.
Holy shit! Have you seen her? Like looks rough.
Dude, she's a rabid leftist, and. When I say rabid, like, again, anybody who's seen my videos, you'll know that I'm not the kind of person who gets involved in, oh, they said this, you know, or any of that nonsense. But like, she's hateful, and she's a really shitty person, and like, just not a good guy. And she played an Anarch, and who would have, and a Bruhar as well. And she just... God,
she hit the wall so hard.
Dude, she derailed when she was there, I had a little crush on her. I was like, dude, like, you know, I've got an Asian thing going on, and that's
not anymore.
That's flicking that's flicking some switches. And then I was like, no, you know what? No, I'm good.
She was at the Game Awards. I thought it was a bucket of popcorn, but I thought it was a bucket of fried chicken. Like, holy shit. She got fat and old.
Yeah, I mean, like
all at once.
Again, live your best life. Like, do what you want to do, but like, at the end of the day, like she derailed that entire campaign with her antics. Like, it was just, she refused to harm anybody or kill anybody or give in. And Carl, what was his name? Carl, whatever his name is, the bald guy.
Jason Carl.
Really good DM. Storyteller. Apart from he indulged her way too much because they were on camera, and let her just get away with this. And
she was not there to do the thing.
No, like there comes a time when you're playing Vampire the Masquerade where, as a storyteller, you have to sit back and go, "I'm sorry, I'm now taking control of your character." That's it. Right. Like you would not be getting out of this without frenzying. She's around fire all the time. She's around, you know, like I'm sorry, no, you're killing. That you're killing, and you're
part
gonna
of the
have to deal
bit.
with the fallout.
You know?
You can deal with the
part
fallout.
Of the premise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it yourself. I can take control of your character if you're uncomfortable. That's fine.
Right.
But it's happening. They allowed her to play a RPG about being a monster and then not be a monster.
Right. And this is, I mean, it's a problem with how Vampire World of Darkness more broadly has become, but. To your initial point, this is kind of a problem with the Anarchs, like, as such. It's an idea that has always been incongruous. It's been trying to hold together multiple incompatible ideas of what the Anarchs are and what they represent thematically, how even people in the world, vampires in the world, like, as such, and it doesn't work. And you do see that in LA by Night, which is, you know, a lot of people do a very good job, and Jason Carl is a very good GM storyteller, but all the role play in the world can't save some things. If you're going to adhere to the received wisdom of what these things are supposed to represent.
Yeah, and by the way, also just to say this, a lot of people on that show, Cynthia, I think it's B. Dave Walters, and the bald guy, I can't remember what his name is.
Yeah, the guy who plays the Nos.
Yeah. Ward, something Ward, did so well. They did really, really, really well. It just, and I do recommend seeing it. It's not a bad play. It's just she tends to grind things to a halt.
She's the weakest link.
Yes.
From what I remember, I know there's a bunch of new characters got introduced along the way, which I probably never saw because they had gone on for a number of years or a number of seasons. But she's part of the initial, the core cast, right?
Yeah. They meet her in the first episode. They are literally. The whole first episode is about them discovering her as a newly formed vampire. And it's just. I really liked the first season. I think it was a near perfect season because she hadn't really been given her head yet. Like she was, it's only in the second season when it really started to rear its head. And I don't see the need to kiss everybody. Just what? And then the critical role people started getting involved, and that was when I kind of checked out. I was like, okay, well.
Yeah. I know they brought in Brendan Lee Mulligan as some
priest or whatever
guy. Some hunter. A member of the Society of St. Leopold or something.
By the way, I can't imagine anybody less intimidating to be that kind of a person, but maybe
Yeah. Another conversation, but I agree with you.
No, we can go on that. I mean, it is about nerds ruining things, and they are nerds, and they did ruin something, so it's one of them things.
Yeah.
Scott says, "What's your favorite army?" Grey Knights, dude. It's the best faction in anything ever. Dude, Paladins in space. Come on now, just Paladins killing demons in space. They are Doomguy times 1,000.
The first time I walked into a Games Workshop store, there used to be a Games Workshop store many, many, many years ago, in my hometown. Was not there to play 40K, knew about it, but they let us paint our D&D miniatures there. But I did, I saw all the codexes, and the one that looked coolest to me, not knowing anything about anything, was the Grey Knights, because I liked the unadorned, unpainted armor, and I liked the shape of the helmet. They had a sort of
it's very knightly.
I don't know what you call it. Yeah, it looked like a knight. Oh, that's cool. That's what I want.
The black and white. We need to do a video about doing what we did with the old world, but with 40K. It'd be so good. But there's so many factions that it get ridiculous. But the Grey Knights, what sold me on them was the black and white artwork of the Grey Knights when they're killing demons and the halos are around their heads and they're in this massive armor and they're just there doing God's work, doing the God Emperor's work, and that's my thing. I would just these are my guys and I don't care. Unfortunately, they got a guy called Matt Ward back in the day. He wrote a codex for Grey Knights that was so busted that it basically won every tournament and just shit on every other army. And to be honest with you, I was kind of you know what, on point. They should be doing that. But at the same time, it did kind of ruin the game for a lot of people. But that was 22 years ago, and we've had several codexes since then that have been really bad, and people still harp on about this codex. This is what I mean by nerds ruining things. They won't let that go, and they still go, you're so overpowered. The Grey Knights are dude, that was 20 odd years ago. Where have you been? Yeah. Have you played this game recently? We're just not very good. We play like Eldar now. We just zip around the field and do things. Gerard Man says hat. Yeah, dude, I got it. Yeah. Do you know what, Nick? I'm telling you the hat story. Fuck it. I'm telling you the hat story.
Hat? The hat story, okay.
Yeah.
What is that?
So, I was in university, and a friend of mine, that was 2011. Yeah, the hat story was a year later than that, but yeah, 2011. So I was in university, and a friend of mine, Steady, really, really nice lad, really, really quiet and unassuming, but larger than life when you get to know him. And he'd go out and he'd have a prop. So he'd have this like bowler hat that he got from his nan, from his grandma.
Okay.
He'd wear when he went out. I just thought it was brilliant and adorable. And so it just gave him a bit of confidence. And there's this other girl there called Victoria from Canada. Gorgeous, absolutely stunning, really intelligent, going into law, the whole 9 yards. We were at it'd be considered a British Ivy League school. It was a very good university. Okay. So all these girls are very well-to-do, quite posh, but they're also having their first flamboyant, their first, going out on the town sort of
college
things.
Years, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And we were a bit older, so he's like, I don't know how to approach her, I don't know what to do. I was like, well, and I'd had several sherbets by this point, so I was like, well,
there you go.
You get your hat and you go over and you give it to her, because she came over before and she said, oh, cool hat. I was like, there's your in, right?
There you go.
You give him the hat. Say, go on, go and have a dance on the dance floor, and I'll come and get it back from you a bit later on. And then you go and get it back, you have a dance with her, and then you've got a thing that you got going on there. And if it doesn't work out, fair enough. Anyway, he was like, no, I can't be doing that, no. And I got so annoyed with him being quite glum but not speaking to this girl, I just took his hat off him and went and gave it to this girl. I said, listen, he said, go and have a dance floor with his hat, he'll come see you in a minute. She was like, oh, brilliant, awesome. Yeah, tell him I'll see him in a sec, yeah, cool. She goes on the dance floor, and I can't remember what happens after that because I got very drunk. And so apparently he lost her somewhere. I don't know where. And he went back, and then the next morning I went down to the dining hall. It's like fucking Hogwarts where we went to university. It's ridiculous. Like, they actually filmed Harry Potter in the castle of our university.
Oh, really?
So you had to have a gown to go to dinner and shit. It was ridiculous.
Oh my god.
So it's the most British thing you ever see. So like, we're going in. I'm 24 years of age. I've been working in bars for 8 years, and I'm wearing a gown going to dinner. So like, we go downstairs, and he's there like this. He's like, oh, my grandma gave me that hat. Fuck. I was like, what happened? I've not been able to find her. Like, where's my hat? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was like, well, okay, well, just text her, and there's your in again. Just text her saying, hey, you got my hat. Do you want to go for a coffee and you can give me it back, whatever, And anyway, he did that. She blanked him, didn't text him back, and he kept texting her and trying to get it back, and nothing. And he hadn't seen her around, and one night. This is like a few weeks later. He's still pissed off about this hat. He gets really drunk, and he ends up emailing her, right? Anyway, next morning I come down, and he's just doing this. He's like that. And I'm like, are you all right? He goes, no. And he shows me this chain of emails, and it's him steadily just losing his mind as he gets drunk. It's just like...
he lost the frame. Yeah.
He's like, can I just have my hat back, please? It's really important to me. And they get shorter please. And worse spelled as it goes on.
Oh my god.
Until we get down to the bottom one, and it just says hat. Just like, and the very last one, which is a clip art picture of a bowler hat, just like with a question mark. Just like, guy steadily lost his mind.
That sucks.
I mean,
you did your bro duty, but...
Yeah, I did feel bad. I do owe him a bowler hat. We still say that now. He said, you owe me a bowler hat. Like, a nice one. I was like, yeah, I know. Yeah.
No, I think he lost it. He was up to it. You served her up on a silver platter. He fumbled it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is one of those things with going out, though, isn't it? Like, you can...
It's a fun story. These are the memories.
Yeah. Getting on the batter's mound is the hardest part. Like, taking the shot, absolutely. Swinging the bat is not difficult, but like getting on having the balls to get up there and do it is the hardest bit. But anyway, let's check on the chat. What's going on down there?
Yeah.
Towel battle suits, fair enough. Yeah.
Foxov is here. Good to see you, dude.
Absolutely. Sup, dude? Is he normally in your chat? That's cool. That's nice to see.
Yeah, he's a.
You don't think I'm some sort of traitor, do you, Fox? Like, we're gonna get into that in a sec. But from our last video on the channel.
Foxoff has a good channel as well.
Oh, really? Let me
he
subscribe.
Reviewed the Shucked Oyster, which we are appreciative of.
Let me give him a shout out. Let's do that now. Fox up. Fox off. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Oh, nice. Cool. Yeah, this is cool. Oh, you're a hand
Yeah.
reviewer. I like this. All right, cool. All right.
Yeah. Yep.
It's my jam. Alrighty. I'm putting that in chat.
Nice.
Everybody should subscribe to Fox's channel. Go and give him some love.
Absolutely, unironically.
Yeah. Give him some love.
Mm-hmm.
Because we need more
Yeah.
reviewers, honest reviewers doing honest shit.
We just need good. We do, but we you know, there's never been a better time to just get out there and put content out there into the ether, and I'm hoping that the sort of false myth of you know, a kind of YouTube meta, you know, you need to be you need to be putting this type of boxed content out, you need to do it in this way, that's really not as important as I think a lot of people make it out to be. We talk about this all the time on our channel. People are desperate for good, sincere content. Whatever that is, doesn't mean you need to go into deep philosophy or whatever, but whatever is interesting to you, that you're passionate about, you know, we were just talking about getting up on the batter's mound, you know, and talking to the ladies. Like, come on, man, get up there. If you're passionate enough to be dedicating your time and money and sort of emotional energy on something, that is interesting and of value.
Drive it in the right direction. No.
Yes.
We'll get into that in a sec. I'm going to start recording in a sec. Board Boab with the, I think that's 70 Rand. But thank you, dude. He says, greeting lads. Hope all is well. Here is some small support to start 2026. Well, thank you very much. Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
You can support Black Lodge Games by getting Cult to Zahak right now. It's out. It's out.
Thank you.
It's out there. And it is a very good book. I have that next to my Mithras down here somewhere.
Yes.
And
yes, indeed.
It is. It goes very well with D100 systems. Any D100 system out there, it works very well with, and it is nice to see content surrounding a very simple premise of there just being a building with some holes in it, and seeing where that can go from there. And it is. If you ever think I couldn't write an RPG, you can write a book about a whorehouse, and it'll be good. Never mind a whole world. So yeah, you definitely can, and you should absolutely put your energies into constructive things. Disruptive, how's it going,
absolutely.
Dude?
I am excited for Feudal Punk as well.
Yeah, man.
I'd love to talk to you about at some point.
Yeah. Did you review Space King? Says Scott. I have not reviewed it, but it is a work of genius. And you need to see that. It's so funny. It's really funny.
Space Kings.
Space King, yeah. It's basically a parody of 40K, but done in in like an Adult Swim sort of thing. Where
it's like a web show.
Yes. It's like the first episode is just them going around kidnapping little boys and just forcing them to be space marines by just injecting man balls
they have a whole
into
wiki.
them. Yeah. So good.
This is like the what was it? For a long time, the God Emperor has a text-to-speech.
Yes.
thing.
Yeah, that was Brother Alpha Busa. Very, very good series.
Very funny.
So funny. Yeah, it's just so funny. It just calls like first 5 minutes calls Rabute Gilliman a faggot, and I was just like, I'm in. I'm in.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
I'll have to check it out. I do like amusing novel content.
Yeah. I like it when
parody is fun.
They were unapologetic about their own humor. They were just like, listen, we're a bunch of dudes who are kind of retarded, and this is what we do. And it's amazing what you can get away with if you just admit your own stupidity right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean that's part of the fun.
Yeah,
you know?
like
finally a show for me.
It's the way that I found Alex Jones highly amusing because he just admits
Alex
it right
Jones
off the bat.
Is funny.
He goes, I'm just retarded.
Oh yeah,
it's absolutely retarded.
Kind of retarded.
Yeah, it's like all the time. But then I had this. So I had. I'm not going to name him, but I had a lecturer who taught me in the States. He was an avid Democrat, like avid Democrat, and hated Trump like with a passion. So me living in like Winnetka, which is very red, a suburban paradise basically, whereas like this is what you should be building, that sort of a thing. And then going to work at the school, which was awesome. I loved the school, loved the kids, but the faculty, man, fucking crazy. It was just like rabid, and you could see from the ground level what they were teaching, and it was just untrue. And I had to sit at the back of the class because I'm learning how to be a teacher. I'm not there to pass comment, but I'm just like internally just shaking my head like, what did you just say? Like what? What? And his whole shtick was just how he brought up Alex Jones in like, okay, he took him seriously. This is the problem, right? He took him seriously, and he says, this is what the right wing is. This is who they are. And I'm sitting at the back going, no, the right wing dude is out there. See that janitor out there working his ass off? Like, that's the right wing there. That's him. It's not Alex Jones. Yeah. Alex Jones is a clown, and he knows he's a clown, and he makes money by being an entertaining clown. What you're doing is degrading the whole argument down into mudslinging, because you think you hold the moral high ground, then you don't. And the kids in that class were far more intelligent than he gave them credit for, because when I did my social studies class in there, I started giving my own classes. They were so on the ball. They were like asking the right questions. They were like, well, hang on a minute, because we just had the January 6th stuff, and they were saying, well, isn't insurrection like a heavy word for what was going on? And let's examine what went on. And we did a vote, and these are all black Hispanic kids. We did a vote, and they all voted. It was a constitutional thing. They went, no, it says it right there. Like, it says right there. Like if you don't agree, and you think things have gone wrong, and we can go there and do that. And it was like, all right, that's where you want to go. That's fine. You guys made the same decision they did. That's just what happened.
Yeah, not to cast aspersions on your profession, but I'm very, what should we say? I'm very bearish on teachers.
Oh God, don't get me.
It's a.
There's a reason I left.
It's bad. It's bad out there, and this is something. Matt has made this point correctly. Not the only one, but especially on the other side of the aisle. It is the case everywhere, but it is far more prominent on the other side, and especially with academics, or any kind of person who is or has become kind of a being of the credentialism system. There's just no there's no theory of mind for the opposition.
I have this, so I'm right. Like,
right.
Okay, I have this degree.
Yeah.
So I'm correct.
I am now part of the Brahmin caste, and I know everything and have the right justifications for everything, and anyone who disagrees is stupid and acting in bad faith.
Yeah. It is very much how to put it, like academia in and of itself is almost desperate to appear hip and cool and new. Which inevitably means you will get a lot of grey-haired, lonely women with 9 cats who want to scream at you about social injustice.
Which there was social capital, and to a certain degree there still is social capital. Even decades and decades ago, professors were not making CEO money. You definitely were making more money way back in the day, but really the payout is the social capital for being an intellectual and academic part of sort of that sector of the establishment. And I think there's been a lot of dysfunction and hysterics in some respects, rightfully so, because so much of it is like just demonstrably incoherent and dysfunctional. So the social capital returns are not there. The financial returns are certainly not there. Being an adjunct professor, which you're almost certainly going to be, if you get anything at all, at least in the States, it's basically slave labor.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
and really nothing else. Nothing else. It's just slave labor.
It was incredible. Hey, Black Lodge Games in the chat. Hey, how's it going? So yeah, it is incredible how we have sort of abandoned academic principles in the face of, shall we say, overwhelming social pressure. And especially in the States, like Illinois was a shithole to begin with, but like
still is. Holy
hell, that was an experience. And to have those kids, like, I was expecting those kids to be completely brainwashed, to be completely, up against it in terms of what they're going to be going through. But then I realized, no, these are all the sons and daughters of Marines, because there's a Marine base right there. Like, they're all military kids, and they didn't take any bullshit. They were like, the reason why they were bored, like, because the guy who was teaching me was like, they always seem so bored, they never seem engaged. And that's because they know you're talking shit that you don't actually believe, that you're just talking nonsense. You're just literally spouting off the same lines every single week. You're not asking them what they think about things, because you're afraid of the answers you might get back. And he was right to as well, because when I asked him those questions, the answers we got back were very surprising. They're at least centrist, if not leaning a little conservative, to be honest with you. So it was just one of those deals where we had that kind of thing going on. Hello, thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you. Woman appears bearing beer. That's what we.
There you go.
Thank you, my darling.
You got a good one.
Yeah, man. Oh, she's incredible. That's where we are. Shall we do this recording then? Should we do this?
Absolutely.
Getting involved. All right, let's do it.
Yeah, man.
Alrighty. Alrighty. So people in chat, if you have any questions, you may be on the video from now on, because we're going to do a bit of a recording on why nerds tend to ruin everything. Controversial topic, but
yeah.
I will link this video in the comment section down below. It's from Black Lodge Games, and Nick himself has done a video on, essentially, it focuses more on Morrowind more than anything else, but its gestalt point is very there. It's very much that nerds don't enjoy things, they consume things. They can't just sit back and enjoy something, they've got to do all of it and just regurgitate it and then eat it again until it's all gone, essentially. It was a cool point that I really wanted to touch on in this video. And also, I think I've said this to Nick before, and he's kindly agreed to do so. Whenever Black Lodge Games do a video that I find particularly interesting, which is pretty much all of them, we're going to try and do a little stream or a little video just as a debrief to really nail in those. I've got my notes here from the video to nail in those points and really see what was going on in that video, because I think a debrief is warranted, because a lot of these issues are huge, especially with Warhammer 40k, and we're going to get into that in this video as well, but how it relates to that and how I did it wasn't really a similar video, but it was a video on what you should be doing with your time as a nerd, which is touched on also in the Black Lodge Games video, so it will be linked down below. But cheers for joining me, Nick. Thank you very much for coming on.
Absolutely, man. Always fun to talk to you.
So, what was the idea? What was the breaking point? Because I know this happens to me. I think about doing a video on something, and I always put it off, and then I just go, do you know what? And then I do it. so what was the moment that made you go, okay, I'm done. I'm going to write this. I'm going to do this video.
So, I've been a fan of the Elder Scrolls for a very long time, and I used to immerse myself more in these people and these retarded arguments.
And they are
about,
retarded, let's be honest.
and they are about the lore. But there's just the the Stockholm syndrome that Elder Scrolls fans in particular, they're not the only ones. You could say this about, I'm sure, the next codex, 40K codex. I'm sure it's going to be better or whatever. Or people are waiting for, what else is something that people are waiting for? The next Star Wars movie, it's going to be good. And pick your franchise. Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones. I promise you, man, he's going to finish with a book. It's so repulsive to me. But I couldn't articulate. There were a number of different points I wanted to make, a number of different criticisms that I could feel. You just sense, being in sort of the fan community or watching videos, reading posts, what have you. And so Matt and I had this down on a list of video topics for a long while. And, we tried playing Bloodlines 2, which came out at the end of last year. We thought we might have more interesting things to say about it. There really is nothing to say about it that has not already been said. It's just trash.
Yeah.
There's no deeper take. There's no greater wisdom. There's no other advice that is pertinent to give. But it got me thinking again about why do people keep spending money? Why do people keep spending man hours? Why do people keep focusing hours of their time they otherwise could be doing something more productive? Literally anything. Doing nothing would be more productive in some cases than going down lore rabbit holes. And so Matt and I started talking about it more. Like, this is something. Now's the time to make this video. Now is the time. 2026, we want to step on the gas and make more videos more consistently, more frequently. And so we just hashed this out. We kept writing down observations and sort of criticisms or critiques or that both of us have, because we're both in different nerd spaces. It's not strictly about Morrowind or the Elder Scrolls, but the Elder Scrolls fandom, it's such a perfect, it's a case study. It's an example to sort of illustrate a broader point about how these people who supposedly are the greatest enjoyers and the biggest advocates for a property, a setting, a game, a movie, what have you, are the antithesis of that. I think we make the metaphor
I think
of
you
a
do.
swarm of locusts.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that it's oh my god. I think Morrowind and not just Morrowind, but like the Elder Scrolls in itself, like it is an ecosystem that is devouring itself. And
yeah,
I get because the Elder Scrolls 6 isn't out and doesn't look like it's coming out anytime soon. You're gonna get these lore channels that just go on and on and on about the minutia because they've got nothing else to do. But the main point when you were making it was, again, if you're doing this, if you're putting your energy into trying to figure out whether Malacath is something that's made of feces, then you should probably be doing something else with your time.
Yeah, you've gone too far. You've gone too deep. You delved too greedily and too deep.
Yes.
Yeah, because this is something that is particular to the Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls lore really begins with Morrowind. Morrowind is a great game. I love Morrowind. And I love the lore in Morrowind. But part of that is part of the birth of like Morrowind or Elder Scrolls lore in Morrowind is, look, the studio was not doing well. This was sort of a Hail Mary moment for them to make, hit a home run or close up shop, or something very close to it. And it's a very different, very alien world. The setting, the world you're actually exploring, but also we had a pretty generic fantasy world. Daggerfall and Arena, and I think Battlespire and Redguard also came out before as well. We need to sort of expand this, and we're going to put a bunch of things on, we're going to throw a bunch of things on the wall, and we're going to see what sticks. We're already in a weird place with weird living gods. It's not the sort of typical Tolkien-esque Western European fantasy. So obviously there's going to be some weird stuff. And we have no intention of really even following through with any of this crazy lore stuff, which is written in the in-world books. 36 Lessons is like a big one. Divine something, I can't even remember. A bunch of fucking books. And dialogue options. And that stuff is interesting. It's really, it is, in a certain sense, cool to imagine, where Vivec and the Tribunal come from, what their origin is, what happened to the Dwemer. There's some hints at some very interesting high philosophical or metaphysical concepts, which in Morrowind do add flavor. It's like Morrowind has a very low, what is it, depth of field or draw distance. It's very dense and foggy, and that's part of the appeal. Mm-hmm. It makes the world seem larger and more expansive than it actually is, and that's what you want. Smoke and mirrors to a certain extent is a good thing. Yeah. You can't make an infinite world and an infinite number of amount of lore.
Yeah, you're completely right. There is I make this point a lot in my own videos, and that is there is a lore paralysis you can get as a writer when you're not given any stricture or any sort of boundaries to not cross. I always use the beach and then the sandpit analogy, where if you're a kid and you're on the beach and your dad says, okay, do whatever you want all day, you kind of just stand there paralyzed going, what do I do? I've got all the sand. But if he puts you in a sandbox with a few toys, man, you're creating battles. You're going through, because you've got this, you're in this little space and you've got to do this thing. That's why I've gone from making vast, sweeping, expansive universes to roleplay into making very small ones. The one I'm making right now is basically the size of Wales. That's it. There's nothing else there.
Nice.
The whole world's fucked apart from this one place. And Feudal Punk even is the size of maybe half the United States, if that. It's not very big. And I think that there's a lot to say about that, about having these boundaries in place that can really sort of focus your mind on what's important, what isn't. And
right.
You
need structure and freedom.
Yeah, there are a lot of lore writers out there who tend to sniff their own farts, so they'll start writing things that just are not applicable to what you're trying to do. Especially if you're writing a role-playing game. There's a lot of lore there. You got to be very careful, because the guy has bought the book as a GM. He wants to put his own stamp on it a little bit. You can't over-explain everything. And Elder Scrolls...
unrestrained indulgence is what it is.
Well, Elder Scrolls isn't that. Elder Scrolls is unrestrained indulgence. It's literally do I need this? Do I need to know that Malakath is this? Or do I need to know that dragons are actually just things that just are on time, like ticks that just go through time or
Yeah.
Dude, it's a dragon! Shut up! Why
it's a dragon, and it's
why are you telling me it's a clock? oh, who cares? Just fucking. I know Akatosh is to do with time and shit, but like, come on.
But who fucking cares? But also, it is when you have this unrestrained, unmitigated indulgence on the part of the writers, and you also have this on the part of the fans, because these autistic nerds will read the 36 lessons of Vivek, or
God.
and we're going to start extrapolating and building our own bad fan fiction about the implications of this in-world document. And it's we talk about this sort of impulse to categorize, which is a huge problem. It's like a left brain dominant person trying to interface with the right brain in the most dysfunctional way possible. Okay, where do what is the secret origin story of the Daedra? Okay, well, even if you give an answer to that question, which you won't, what does it mean that dragons in the Elder Scrolls are subdivided, personifications of like time as such? What does that even fucking mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything. And you're just going to create a sort of a drain around the toilet.
Did the Elder Scrolls...
you can't make that. You can't instantiate that, even if you wanted to, in the game. But also, the developers have no intention of ever paying anything more than lip service to this deeper lore anyway.
This is it. So the Elder Scrolls even do this with the Elder Scrolls. Like,
yes,
they literally in Skyrim say, they're here, but they're not here. And as soon as this orc dude said that, I was like, I'm gonna get my axe and just plant it in your skull. Like, there's just no...
Yeah.
Like, what are you... Shut up. He says... And he says...
mysterious, man.
Even
I promise, dude. Yeah.
I'm sorry, when you talk about the Elder Scrolls, sometimes you end up in irritating allegory, and I was like, well, at least they're self-aware. Do you know what I mean? Like, at least they're... But, like, Jesus. Like, it doesn't need to be this way. And this is just the mechanics we're talking about. We haven't even touched on the fans yet. So... before you think we're all reaming you guys out, just know, we know that the developers themselves are doing this as well. they're the main proprietors of this bullshit, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But your note on consumption, and by that I don't mean tuberculosis, or maybe it is, I don't know.
Who knows?
They are... Nerds consume media, and you made a very clever, very good point in that nerds don't like something, they have to absolutely consume it wholesale. They can't just like wrestling, they can't just like the Elder Scrolls. They have to know everything about it, and then watch everything that they can and get completely involved in it to the point of ad nauseum, to the point that it gets overbearing, and then invariably they end up on Reddit somewhere. So, explain that thought process to me, if you can.
Yeah. Nerds... There's no ability in... If you're driven by this sort of nerd impulse, you have no or almost no ability to actually appreciate art, or even appreciate entertainment. Let's even set art aside. There's no ability to truly be in the moment and appreciate something for what it is and for the experience that it's giving you. Whether it is wrestling, whether it's the Elder Scrolls, whether it's 40K or D&D, any kind of supposed appreciation or supposed pursuit of this thing, it is solely for the purposes of a like an intellectual understanding. I know.
So do you think it's an honest pursuit then? If they're going for an intellectual understanding, do you think there's some honesty in there, and it's not just this rabid need to consume something, or do you think there's?
It's honest in that they're not lying.
Right.
In most cases, it's
yeah,
just I think there just is a blindness to these people. They truly do believe that they are appreciating something, but they couldn't be. That could not be further from the truth. You know, I was talking about academics. You know, a little bit earlier, and it's the same kind of thing. It's a similar, not same. It's a similar kind of thing to wanting to get all the brain facts right. I've got it all systematized and I get it. I see the picture, and now I'm part of this Brahmin caste within this very insular nerd community. I watch wrestling not because I want to feel the emotion of the rivalries and the matches and the promos. It's okay, what is WWE creative or AEW creative going to do next? What is, how is this going to lead to this, what would I do? And that, there's an element in which that kind of awareness and observation does come from a true appreciation, but there's no ability to just be, a vessel for what the thing is trying to do.
Yes, I did think of something whilst watching your video, and I want to know what you think of this analogy. And I did think of wrestling. Wrestling is like being at so what we're talking about, and stop me if you think I'm wrong, is that it's like being at WrestleMania, and we're standing there, say me and you are standing there watching WrestleMania live. We're there in the arena, and you're just in the moment, enjoying the emotion wash over you, remembering this forever. It's going to be awesome. And everybody around you has their phones out, and they're categorizing every single thing that's going on to put on social media later for clout, and to explain to them, well, yes, this is what they meant by this. This is what they meant. This is what that headlock. That's what that meant. It was like a callback to this previous match that they were doing.
Yeah.
Am I getting to the crux there? Is that what we're talking about? Cause, just sit there and enjoy
like
it
that.
rather than over.
Yeah, it's about it. It's like the thing about the headlock, or it's like this hat. It's like
It's a callback to Ricky Steamboat. So, fuck off.
Yeah, it's like a hyper vigilant noticing, right?
Yeah.
It's noticing is good. If you have a functioning brain, you cannot help but notice things. But that isn't the thing. That's not the highest order, end. That's not what it is. For these nerds, that really is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
This is indicative of this. It represents this. It's a callback to this. And I know that because I've watched all the matches with a critic's eye. And it's even worse than a critic, because I really don't see any value in critics, largely speaking. But you can at least give a steelman argument for what they're trying to do. You're consuming or observing everything that you are supposedly interested in with an overly cold and intellectual eye. It's knowledge that you're trying to acquire and like retain and organize. That really is, I think, the simplest main distinction between the nerd. And I think we've mentioned this, not in the Morrowind video, but either in other streams or in other videos. There's a very amusing Red Letter Media
I'm just thinking about
video
that. I was just thinking
where
about that.
you probably know exactly what I'm talking about, where they go through Darth Vader's suit and the suit, the helmet is polished with voodoo hide.
They got kyber crystals from
kyber crystals. What is the name of the where and when was the logistics company incorporated, whose source is the plasteel for the chest plate? For the buttons that are three over and 2 down. It's like, holy fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
I get the autistic need to do this as a comfort mechanism, but there comes a point where you need to take a step back. And if you do have autism, fine. So you fill your boots, fine. I get that, right? Jay Vlogs brings up a very, very not salient point, but one I want to talk about. He's talking about otaku culture, not really nerds. No, I disagree, and that's because I think this is a nerd problem, simply because we're literally talking about it. Wrestling fans do this. 40k fans do this. It's not otaku is a part of it. Yes, if you're looking towards anime and Evangelion and Berserk and all that other stuff. I mean,
it's a type of nerd.
Yes, of course. Yeah, it's we're not saying it's secluded to one thing. I don't think it is. Fox said something quite interesting before as well. He said people get so deep into things as players, and sometimes they get real weird about allowing their tisms to take over a bit too much. A lot of people get riled up in their own backside and dismiss all else when it comes to their favorite stuff, and I tend to agree.
Yeah.
You see that more in 40k, that second bit where my faction's the best and you can all suck my dick. But I get where you're coming from, and I respect a certain amount of that. But at the end of the day, when you're quoting books from 40 years ago, in this paragraph they said, yeah, okay.
And this speaks to my point where I don't. It's not like these people are lying. I think there's a kind of an impulse that's just not being checked. Mm-hmm. Because when you're at that point, you're not able to really appreciate the thing you presumably once enjoyed at all. And it's how do I want to say this? It's like it's like cancer, metastasizing. It's something that is. It's just, there's this need that is growing, and you think that it's for a purpose, but it's not. It's not. You're just dividing tea leaves.
Yeah.
There's no end product, and it's like, what even conceivably could be said by the writer, the developer? What could be given to you, which is going to satisfy that need? It's just, you kind of lost plot, so to speak, when you're diving that deep, because you've crossed, you've in a certain sense, in going that deep into the thing, you've come out the other side and you've exited anything approaching real appreciation for that thing. You're doing something else now. It's like you're writing. You're not cooking a meal for your family. Now you're writing an academic treatise on cooking. Like, perhaps there is a case to be made to do that, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Just give me 1 sec. I've got someone knocking at my door. Give me 1 sec. I'll pause the recording. 1 sec.
Yeah, man. It's Dark Knight Curon. Kind of like how seals clap every time Darth Vader shows up in a bad show or game. Yeah, I noticed that. I recognize that. I remember that, right? There's nothing any deeper. There's nothing any... There's no greater value than noticing something right? I watched Star Wars. I read all the books about Darth Vader and what he did and where all the things came from, what shade of lightsaber it is. I'm just interacting with the chat here.
Cool, man. He's a pro. Jump straight in. Sorry, that is my cat. If I don't let him out, he would be there all night. Probably just humping the door. I'd rather he humps next door's cat. All right.
There you go.
All right, we're back. All right. Thank you for keeping the chat warm.
Of course.
Gerardman says excitement versus condescending. I think the thing is though, I think and Nick made this point before. You can be totally anal about lore and wanting to explore it without being condescending. A lot of these people don't know they're being irritating. A lot of it's coming from an honest place, and again, Nick's made that point several times. They're not lying when they. And what they say about the law might be true, but that defeats the object.
It probably is.
It probably is. They know what they're talking about.
They would know.
But they shouldn't. That's the point. Like, it should
right.
just be... You can enjoy something without absolutely devouring its heart and soul. I like Diablo,
someone being like a dick.
I don't care about its deeper lore. I just enjoy Diablo sometimes.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, again, it's like, what is the purpose of the lore? Right? Mm-hmm. What does it mean to appreciate the lore? You know, and anything that you do, anything that you spend time and effort and emotional energy in doing, whether you're conscious of it or not, there is some reason that you are doing that's what you're doing as opposed to something else.
Mm-hmm.
For the nerd, I think it largely is unconscious, or there is just a conscious misunderstanding. If I don't consume these things with this kind of an eye, it's like there's stuff I'm missing out on, or I'm taking a more surface level appreciation. You know, I'm sure it's different for different people, but like that in and of itself is bad. The sort of end state of a turbo fan being an asshole at a game store or in a movie theater or on social media,
giving it the old.
That's more of a downstream effect of nerds that we all have to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
But it was bad for that person before that.
Mm-hmm. We had very exciting from board pointing this up. We have to know, how do Space Marines poop? Yeah, that is something that's gone around 40k. And to be fair, we've all thought it. Like, it's fine. They're always in the armor. Like, we all thought. But again, I think that's a perfect encapsulation of, do we need to know that? Do I need to know whether a Space Marine's dick works? No. Because all I see of him is fighting aliens and killing them and demons and stuff. I don't need to know whether he can have kids or whether he can do this. And it's a pretty freaky proposition as well. They're so massive. Oh, God.
Right. I mean, this is like made fun of in what was that Kevin Smith movie, Mallrats?
I think so.
Have you seen this?
No,
At the end of the movie, the guy is asking Stan Lee about how long Mr. Fantastic's cock can extend. How does that work? How does Superman have sex with Lois Lane and not blowing a hole out her back like a shotgun? It's like,
what is wrong with you?
You're not getting it. You're not getting it.
Black Lodge Games, I'm assuming it's Matt unless you've been hacked, says you can like something without cutting its heart out and eating it. Yes, that is the most Black Lodge Games thing that has ever said ever.
And in fact, that's the only way you can actually like something. Because if you do that, whether you know it or not, you've killed that thing.
Yeah, it's
at least
gone.
for yourself.
Well, the magic's gone. Like, the minute you start overanalyzing something to the point that you know how a Space Marine shits in their armor, that's... I mean, okay, we've gone from the God Emperor, Primarchs, Space Marines, Adeptus Astartes, and now I know how they shit. Like, that just undermines the entire legend of it. It goes, well, what did the Primarchs do? Did they shit? No, okay, well maybe they do. What does the Emperor do? Does he magic it away? Who knows? I think I said it in the video the other day. I said, the minute you give Cthulhu a health bar, you lose all mystique. It's gone. The minute you start humanizing and explaining these things, the Emperor being one, he should never be explained. It should always be he's whatever you want him to be, And the Primarch should have been the same thing. It should have been these are the 20 sons of the Emperor, and they're whatever you want them to be. I don't, The reason why Agent 47 works so well in Hitman is because he's whatever you want him to be. The minute they start exploring his backstory, the whole thing falls apart like a deck of cards. That's not the interesting part. That's not the interesting part. The interesting part is he's a fucking super assassin, and you get to be him. That's the bit we want to explore. Everything else can just go. There's nothing wrong with something ending. People go to the movies now, and they want the entire experience to carry on once they've left the theater for days. They want to go into. They want to read about it. They want to indulge in it and really get in there. I've been guilty of that a few times when something's really caught my eye and I thought that's really cool. But there's something to be said for a piece of media that just ends. It says, yeah, well, I've said what I wanted to say.
Everything has
I'm done.
an end.
Yeah.
Right. Everything other than the real world, has an end point. Any piece of art or media, there is a lifespan. It could be short, it could be long, but there is something that is trying to be expressed with that thing that reaches a culmination point, and then that is the thing. You do not need does the planet Jupiter exist in the Indiana Jones franchise? Presumably it does, but it really doesn't. It doesn't matter. It truly is, in a very real and fundamental way, non-existent. It's like Space Marine shitting. It's this, in a very real sense, the question is nonsensical, because that is an aspect of the idea, the notion of a Space Marine that doesn't exist. Their digestive system, does not exist. How many, calories does it take to, increase their fingernail growth by 0.01%? And to your point about Cthulhu and the God Emperor, for sure, at least as I understand the God Emperor, you would know more than I would. It's not merely that these things should not be explained so that it can be whatever you imagine it to be. That's certainly true in part of it, but I think even more deeply, what Cthulhu and something like the God Emperor, possibly even the Chaos Gods, I don't know, but the core nature of what those two characters or things are that they are unexplainable.
Yes.
They're representations of a thing which is not to be explained. It's beyond human comprehension.
By design. It's not by accident. It's literally by design. If you listen to anyone like Rick Priestley, Andy Chambers, any of the guys who were there at the start, the Emperor was never meant to be explained. He was always meant to be this ethereal figure, a tragic figure. Like what happened to him? Why is he on that throne? And and when they talk about the pain he goes through every single day just to keep the Astronomicon going, keep the Imperium together, that's cool. It's like, oh my god, let's fight for the Emperor, man. He's fighting for us every day. Let's get in there. Let's do this. And it's a genius piece of writing. But the more you chip away at that, the more you start. Maybe he's coming back. The minute they bring him back, it's done. It's over. Pack up your toys, go home. Because if the Emperor comes back, okay, I will say this. My last thought on one of my last thoughts on my notes, before we get into what you should be doing with your time rather than doing any of this bullshit, was if they bring the Emperor back, they're succumbing to the way of thinking that Nick was talking about in that video. In that they felt the need to explain the Emperor and bring him back and have him talk to you directly. That is literally a lore monkey going, no, I want my cake and I want to eat it. I want to know what the Emperor does. I want to know what shoe size he is. I want to know where he goes on Tuesdays after work. I want to know what... that's when we're losing every part of 40k's mystique.
How can you call yourself a fan if you don't know that?
Exactly. When the Emperor comes back, you have to know everything about him. He's the Emperor.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be a guy who plays Space Marines and not know who your god is. Like, he's back. He's walking around. You've got to know who he is. His name's Steve. He was here last Tuesday. He goes bowling.
Yes.
At the minute you start doing that, that's because the brain rot of this attitude has gotten into the writers, who are now wholly, as I said earlier, sniffing their own farts and loving the smell of what's going on. That's where we are. The vivisection of every single piece of lore that doesn't need to be there. And I know.
Because there's no appreciation.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? When there's no appreciation, you can only mine.
Yes.
The data, right?
Yes.
The brain facts.
Yes. I know you and Matt are avid lore lovers. Like, you're not people who
love the lore,
who sit there and gripe about, if you like the lore, then no. Lore enjoyers. But there's a way and a means to do it without being exhausting.
Yeah.
And unhealthy.
The lore serves a purpose in the hierarchy of values.
Yes.
In the appreciation or the participation of this thing.
If you ever ask me why I don't really do lore videos, this is why. because number one, I think there are better channels that do it much better than me, and number two, I don't want to feed into this cycle. Like, and I wouldn't say anything that other people haven't already said. Like, it's just all there, right? And it's 40k is a well-trodden thing. But I also don't want to feed into the cycle of regurgitation and eating that people do. I find channels like Fudge Muppet really cool because they talk about the lore, but they put their own spin on it. They give their own opinions on it. They go, well, I think that lore's stupid. I think that's a bit retarded. Why did it do that? And they will. It's not like, here is Sofa Sill's dick measurements. Here is like whatever. They literally.
I have to know.
Yeah, they go in and like, they go into the theory of why did they write it this way. Like, and most of the time,
if I may,
Kirkbride was high, but that's even here or there.
This is one of the aspects. Really the main aspect that I enjoyed so much of your Exileverse videos is you're touching on the lore, but more importantly, you're touching on the thematics, the thematical consistency and logic of and the thematic integrity, I guess you would say, of these different Space Marine chapters, and that's something that's very interesting to me because that's putting the essence. You have the essence of what the thing should be, or is trying to be, as the first aspect. The lore and the justification, right, comes second, and are as detailed as they need to be in the service of illustrating and evoking that thematic identity. So that was very cool, and I don't know shit about the 40k lore, but it was very interesting to me. I know I have a surface level understanding.
Of course.
I know Sanguinius is the guy, the Blood Angels guy, and I know what the salamanders all have red eyes and what have you.
Yes.
But that's very cool, and that's something that is generative. Switching to maybe what you should be doing. That is taking something that you are passionate and knowledgeable of, and doing something that's novel, interesting way.
It's more of a breakdown and a listen. Not only am I not celebrating this lore, I think it's wrong. I'm not going to rewrite it. That's what the Athletic Alcoholic has said, what are your thoughts on the Emperor gaining a model and rules in 30k since that's prior to current 40k? Is that a good idea or a bad? I think it can be done because he appears in the Horus Heresy novels and he is fighting, literally, like he's just there killing demons and shit. So until the Emperor of Mankind novel, I would have said no. But since it's actually in the Horus Heresy novels, fine. How you balance him, good luck with that. Because I'm not.
Yeah, he's gonna have stats now.
Yeah, I'm not writing the rules, and I don't think he should have rules. But if he's in the books, he's got to be in the game. Like that's just how it is. Like it's the books and the game are very co-aligned. So the minute you show the Emperor getting in with the weeds and killing demons in the webway next to the custodians, he's kind of got to have rules and a model, and it sucks. Now, the way the Emperor goes in the Siege of Terror, you can't give that guy rules. He's literally kicking the shit out of the Chaos Gods. Like, you can't. That guy can't have rules. But the actual Emperor just, like, walking around away from the Golden Throne for a bit, which he was doing for a small amount of time, fine. Emperor facing Horus and the Chaos Gods, no. That is another being entirely. So we need to draw a line under that. But I'll give you the early one. But why? Like, what kind of army is going to have the Emperor in it? Like, which one of you motherfuckers in the chat would be arrogant enough to put the Emperor in your army? I swear, like, because none of you should. Because none of you are worthy.
I bet it's everybody. That's my guess.
It's going to be everybody. Yeah.
It's going to be everybody.
It's going to be everybody. I wouldn't on a general principle. Like, I can't have the Emperor in my army, man, because like, what about my dudes? Like, when the Emperor's in your army,
just lose.
That's your army. Like, it's the Emperor. He's right there. This is a guy who can command the Astartes to do whatever he wants on a genetic level. He just psychically says kneel on the floor and they all do it, So, which is never explained, by the way. I know we're getting to the weeds of lore, but like he's just able to do that. And then Horus Heresy comes and he's like, well, I guess I'm on this throne now. Yeah, it sounds like hotcakes, so they'll do it. Maybe they will, Athletic Alcoholic, I don't know. I don't think the Emperor is something that I don't think...
It sounds like the last polling case of emergency.
It is, yes, exactly that. I think it's very much, if 40k is not doing well, let's just bring out the Emperor. let's just do it.
And there's nothing else you can do, as far as I know. There's nothing else you can do that's going to top that.
No, I mean, you could bring back more Primarchs, because we know more about them, and they're weirdly more popular because we know more about them.
But something beyond the Emperor?
There's
nothing above that as far as
power levels, you're done. As soon as you bring back the Emperor, you're pretty much done. I did do it in the Exileverse, just as a funny thing about how I would do it if I was going to do it.
That was a good video. It was because it is a question, right? Yeah. It is an obvious question. You have this narrative figure. You have this figure, the Emperor. This is the situation he's in.
Mm-hmm.
What would happen? You can do that in a non-retarded way.
Not at Games Workshop.
Sure.
You know.
I'm amazed they're a publicly traded company. How many employees do they have?
About 3,000 now, something like that.
Jesus.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I mean, it's they kind of laugh at WotC because WotC are always saying that they're competing with Games Workshop in tabletop, and it's like, dude, we're in different. Shut up.
It's a different thing. It's a different hobby.
They're not even the same thing. And number one, you're not worth as much as Games Workshop. I can tell you that much. You're not getting Amazon deals, so it's not. It's it's one of those very strange companies that is. It's Microsoft that's kind of run like a mom and pop deli, they are so. It's McDonald's. Sorry, McDonald's is a better analogy. So McDonald's that's run as a mom and pop deli, so they don't really know what they're doing. They're just sort of. You only realize that
there is something charming in that. Yeah. It's something, which is it's a rare thing in 2026 now to have that at all, but it does make it all the more tragic the loss of seemingly for someone looking from the outside in, not only the loss of care and appreciation for their thing, but a loss of an ability to even understand what it is and why someone might like it.
That's the thing with them. I guess we should get on to what you should be doing with your time, other than obsessing over lore and generally ruining everything for everybody. Again, every single fandom has their type of this fan. Unfortunately, they are the majority of most fan bases, and I think, looking at it from a professional wrestling standpoint, my audience is going to be so sick of me bringing up wrestling, but it's fucking awesome, and you should all watch professional wrestling. At least when LA Knight comes back, you should all watch professional wrestling. Until then, I'll give you a free pass. Watch AEW though. AEW is cool.
I'm interested. I've seen some videos about this. Is Orange Cassidy in
Orange
AEW?
Cassidy, yeah.
And who's the British chick? Tony Storm.
No, she's Australian. Yeah, Tony Storm. Yeah.
Oh, she's Australian.
Yeah. The big fat ass.
I just need to know what how do I watch it? You know, what platform is it on?
I think it's on TNT in these states. Turner. Is
there any way to get it on streaming?
I'm not sure. Like
I'll
be honest, cable. I don't watch it legally, so like I don't know.
There you go.
I can give you some streams.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're in the same country, you should probably pay for it. But
hit me up after the stream.
I will, yeah.
Because I am interested. There seems to be a lot of fun stuff going on.
I don't watch it technically legally, but also like I have paid to go and see them live several times, so it's that, you know, they've got my money out of me, you know.
Yeah.
Like if you want like a really good wrestling product that's wrestling and not like half an hour of talking at the start of a show, then AEW is there. Like it's Japanese wrestling in the States, essentially.
Perfect.
It's very good. But you will get in the AEW crowd, that's why I brought them up quite a lot, fans who are a bit too into the source, a bit too into like, hey, you know, they're a bit lax on that cover there. I think they were, and you're just like,
shut the fuck up.
yeah, enough with this shit. And my point is, every fandom has these, so we're not attacking your fandom by saying they're there. Even though Morrowind was the crux of that last video, it wasn't just about Morrowind. But what you should be doing with your time instead, and I think I said this in my video, is A1, create your own thing. Step back. If you don't like what's going on in the current climate of the current thing you like, then do it yourself. Even if it's just for you and your friends. Just go, you know what, I'm going to write my own thing. The amount of really cool products that came out of role-playing simply because one guy in a gaming group said, you know what, D&D fucking sucks. I'm going to go and do my own thing. I'm going to write my own thing. And then their friends really like it. And they say, hey, you should publish this. Okay, guess I will. And then they go and publish it. They make some shekels from it. AEW's on HBO Max. There we go. That's Percival.
Oh, okay.
So
then it will be on Netflix.
No, that's WWE. Unfortunately, only WWE. They're not allowed to put it on Netflix because it's a conflict of the exclusivity thing.
Oh, interesting. What's going to happen when Netflix owns HBO?
I don't know. I think maybe they might both go on there because they both own the same things. They can go, well, we're not competing against anybody apart from ourselves.
Because Netflix. Well, regardless, that's beside the point. Interesting. We'll see what the future holds.
Well, I think we're looking at. What was I saying? Sorry, it kind of threw me.
Published D&D. You published D&D.
That's it. Yes. So the amount of people
made some shekels.
They got some shekels, and now they're they're not billionaires, but they earn some money from it. And it's great. We've got another game on the market. It's awesome. This dude, fucking guy. Bloody Cairn, right here, right? Cairn, really cool RPG. Yochai Gal, another Jew, awesome. Coming in and writing some cool games, and like, he did that because he was tired of D&D. Just like, no, I'll write this like 10-page document and I'll make some money, and he has made a lot of money from it. again, you guys yourselves, Bloodmore, you know, the Cult of Zahak, all of these different things that are coming out of Black Lodge Games. Americana Dream, which I'm insanely excited about because it's a full actual game. It's a BLG certified, baby. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be great.
Like, all of these things we wouldn't have if people diverted their energy to arguing with other enthusiasts online. These are people who've taken that energy and gone, let me do something productive with this and also make some money. And also kind of show up WotC at the end of the day. Kind of like, hey, I did this in five months. Like, why couldn't you do this in 8 years, you know?
Yeah, you really should be doing... And look, obviously, if that is something that you have a desire to do, you should do it. Again, it's like I've said several times already. Whatever it is that you are dedicating your time, effort, emotion, all of these things, it is for a reason, and you should be conscious in as much as is possible what that reason is, because there are some things, if you're caught in this nerd trap, you've gone past the point where there are any returns. And this is no different than doom scrolling. It's doom scrolling of a different kind. You may not be blackpilling, but you are just categorizing. You know, we understand in different contexts what sort of wasting time and wasting hours are. And if your appreciation has become so hollow or so cold that or if you're just in an imaginary battle with the game creator, because on the one hand you are convinced that the next thing is going to suck, which it probably will, but also maybe it won't. You know, this is you're having an imaginary argument with someone who doesn't know you exist and isn't even a person. It's a company.
And will never know you exist. They
will never know that you exist at all.
No.
And even if they somehow did, would not care at all.
The
so
only way they'd ever know is if you stop buying shit.
Right.
That's it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's it. And works both ways.
Exactly. So everything you do in your life, and look, hobbies, any nerd activity is born of some kind of a hobby, right? A hobby is not something that is connected with your family life. Strictly speaking, you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. Your family responsibilities, your work or career responsibilities, your spiritual responsibilities, if you have them. It is, quote unquote, free time. It is leisure time. So this is the portion of your life that you have the most agency with. You have the most control. And so you owe it to yourself to, you know, get the most returns out of that thing. If you still have enough of a love and a care and an appreciation for your hobby of choice, as you said, and you don't like where it's going, or where it has been for a very long time, make something. You don't even have to publish it, although it's never been easier to do something like that.
Of course. You've got no excuse now.
Make a YouTube channel. Yeah, you've got no excuse. Run a tabletop game, a war game. Make your own rules. That becomes generative. Even if you have only a couple of friends, even frankly, if nobody sees it. Although people will, because the barrier to entry, as I said, has never been lower. But now you are by the process of trying to create things, you're taking this knowledge, that you have, and the care that you have, and putting things together and evaluating, and you're ruminating on this in the pursuit of something, rather than this inward-facing, perpetual energy machine of just re-examining categorized facts and reorganizing the books on the shelf in your mind, right?
Yes.
I'm kind of rambling here, but hopefully the feel of what I'm,
it's coming across. I mean, I'm thinking maybe we take a 2-minute break, and we're going to go into politics after this, because it is an issue that is affecting. It is affecting geekdom. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, it'll instantaneously go to there, obviously. But if you're watching on stream, stick around. In 2 minutes, I'm going to go get myself another beer to finish myself off and put myself into some sort of stupor. And then we'll be back
there you go.
in a little bit. Right, 1 sec.
All right.
Oh, how is everybody? You still have to pay the pay-per-view separately? Yeah, you do. But it's like the old business model of wrestling. So, in the 90s, not sure if you were around then, Percival, but you probably were. Correct me if I'm wrong. In the 90s, you'd watch Raw on Mondays, but every single pay-per-view was like $20 or 20 pounds, whatever it was. It's crazy money. But I like that AEW's pay-per-views are available on YouTube. That's cool. Makes it very simple. It's like one-click purchase and you're done, and you can watch it all the way through. So, and unlike other companies, they don't delete it from your profile too, so you can just watch it. You've got it. It's yours. You can just watch it whenever you want, which I think is great. I think that's a really cool business model. And Dynamite's a good show. It's a good show. They like every single week they announce unlike Raw where you don't get to see what's going to happen. They announce the matches. Like there's like 8 matches on every Dynamite every Wednesday, and they all mean something. They're all part of a story. They're all driving something forwards, and they've kind of mixed in pay-per-view with their weekly show. So sometimes if they don't want to do a pay-per-view that month, they'll do a special Dynamite special. So it'll be like a holiday bash that we went to and things something like that, and it'll be a pay-per-view worthy event, but on weekly television, for like the world title and all that other stuff going on. So it's really, really cool. And they have, I would say, probably the best wrestlers in the world right now. Your MJF's, like Maxwell Jacob Friedman is a phenomenon. He's amazing. Probably the best mic work person since The Rock in 2000. That's a big ask, but he probably is. Like CM Punk couldn't really hang with him when he went to AEW, and this is CM Punk who was actually had a bit of edge left, and even he couldn't really, he was getting rinsed by him on the microphone. It was just like, it was ridiculous. Nice. That's before CM Punk started crying and saying he was,
I hate CM Punk.
I can't stand him anymore. I think he's overstayed his welcome in professional wrestling.
Is Danhausen still on
No.
AEW?
No. He technically is. He's on retainer, but I think he does indie shows now. He doesn't really do the main show.
Okay. He's a fun character.
He was funny, like Danhausen. Very good, very
Human
evil.
monies. Very good, very evil.
I love him.
The boys, you have the jar of teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's you have Hangman.
I want more retarded shit in wrestling. I don't need a sort of real world explanation for things.
Yes.
I'm perfectly okay believing that the Undertaker is a dead corpse that that is wrestling now.
Well, they started that gimmick. They said he was an Old West Undertaker, didn't they? Like that's what they said when he first started. And I remember his story of like he got signed by WWE, and then he said to him, Vince said, "Oh yeah, we'll call you very soon. We're gonna get a character ready for you." And he keeps seeing this fucking egg before Survivor Series, and he knows WWE is really corny at the time. And he goes, "Oh shit, I'm gonna come out of that egg, aren't I?"
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm coming out of that egg." And then Vince just calls him and says, "Hello." And he's like, "Hey, is that the Undertaker?" And he goes, "Yeah, that sounds a lot better than Eggman. Yeah, I'm the Undertaker.
Yeah. Right.
That's how it started. He's like, yeah.
Thank God.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think we'll ever see the likes of the Undertaker ever again. I think that's
no.
That's not a bad thing. I mean, you can't egg that pudding anymore.
Yeah.
And it's time for new people to come into it. It's why I'm so offended they've not pushed LA Knight anymore.
I know.
They got rid of Karrion Kross, who had the people behind him. Everybody wanted Karrion Kross, mainly for his hot wife, but also because like his Karrion Kross.
But also, listen.
Yeah.
I bought his book.
Hear me out. Oh, do you? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Is it any good?
It's interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Some interesting stories and anecdotes from his life. Yeah, it's a shame. And his match was one of the best at SummerSlam with Sami Zayn. I hate,
dude, don't even get me fucking started on Sami Zayn. I cannot. The internet apologists who keep saying the Sammy Hogan stuff isn't real. It's like it is. He keeps winning. He always wins.
Yeah.
And even when he loses, he's got to be this pathetic, crying, in a fetal position. Oh, I'm injured. They always injure him before the match so you get a maximum amount of sympathy. I have no sympathy. You keep getting attacked, you're an idiot. And then you lose.
Right.
and you want me to feel sorry for you? I'm not a moron, dude. You're it's like, do you know in Lord of the Rings when Frodo keeps getting in trouble in the Fellowship of the Ring, and you're like, come on, dude, like, it's attention now.
Yeah.
It's attention. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, why is it always you? I know that they're attracted to the ring. All right, yeah, it's always you, isn't it?
Sure,
that's
but
Sami
really,
Zayn.
you know.
Yeah, that's Sami Zayn.
Can't stand him.
To say nothing of his political leanings, like I don't like him at all, and
yeah,
you know, he's even worse. Like
there's nothing about his character that I like.
No, he touts all of these really progressive things, but he's also like a devout Muslim, which is fine. You do what you want. But then he goes to Saudi Arabia and he gets lauded as this like hero, and I was like, dude, did you know what their record is like? Like you know.
I don't want you. Yeah, I don't want him or anybody, unless that's part of your fucking character. You cannot be the wholesome Chungus Canadian good old boy baby face, and have Arabic on your on your gear. You know, like if you want to go that angle, we can go that angle, but get in a full
I'd rather
gimmick
not.
and be you know Al Hassan or something, you know.
Yes.
Which I would be fine with, you know.
I'd rather leave that in the past. I don't.
But
like
don't try and play
kind of
it. Yeah, it's you know.
I mean,
speaking of politics, you know, we're trying to play sort of all sides here and be the goody two shoes, you know, aw gee shucks kind of guy.
yes.
And I'm
the nice guy.
I don't. Yeah, if a G shucks kind of guy should be like someone like Otis. You know, like that's he was a low carder, you know, which is fine.
Still there now.
Yeah, So I don't know, or even like a Maxine Dupree, which is sort of, you know, she's getting a push, which I do like.
And she's also exposing how fucking awful Becky Lynch is as a wrestler.
I do not. I really don't like Becky Lynch. I don't believe her promos. She has like one like affectation, and it's obviously artificially stuttering because you're sort of discombobulated and you're, you know, I understand what you're trying to sort of evoke, but you don't do it well, and your wrestling is shit, and I just don't, you know,
like genuinely awful. I don't remember her being this bad. Like she of like the four horsewomen, you have Charlotte Flair.
I know she's been in the game for a long time.
A long time.
You know, I only started watching, you know.
She had Bayley, and Bayley can wrestle her ass off, by the way. She's amazing. Bayley's awesome. Her current gimmick's not very good, but Bayley's awesome. You have Charlotte Flair, who's through injuries is still the best. She's still fantastic.
I love Charlotte Flair. She's one of the only people who looks like she's legitimately having a great time.
Yes. She's like, I love this body, and I'm going to do a match. I'm going to do the shit out of it.
Yeah.
We have Sasha Banks, who's now Mercedes Moné in AEW. Also really good. All of them can wrestle their ass off. All of them, they hardly ever do a botch. It's always clean. And then you got Becky Lynch, and I don't remember her being this bad. I honestly don't. But I think she was the female Stone Cold for a while, and it worked.
The man,
yeah, because she was brawling and it worked. Now they're asking her to wrestle, and now you're seeing all of her weaknesses are being like honed in on, like, you know, right where they shouldn't.
Yeah.
And being the wife of Seth Rollins is also helping her out a little bit with that. I think where people are giving her a bit of a pass, and cause you can't upset her, because if you do, then Seth's gonna fuck off.
I'd be fine. Seth Rollins not coming back.
If I never have to hear that whiny, nasally voice ever again,
I hate his gimmick.
I think it'd be fine.
You know.
Yeah.
It's and the Vision had no vision. Even now, it really doesn't have a vision, but it's at least it's much better. It's just a bunch of assholes fucking shit up and taking gold, and I'm okay with it.
I never thought I'd say this. I prefer Logan Paul to Seth Rollins.
I love Logan Paul. I don't understand why people don't like him. It's like he's the perfect heel.
I know. I mean, in wrestling, I love Logan Paul. I think he's great.
Yeah.
As a person,
Yeah.
like some of the scams he's done on his own fans is like, what are you doing, dude?
But that is a great. It's like
it's also a heel
really,
thing to do. Yes.
You know, it's like you actually. It's like, what if we don't have to give plausible deniability? You know, you don't have to imagine the heat. What if we just have a guy that people legitimately hate?
A piece of shit.
It's like it's a great. It's perfect. It's perfect.
He's like bipartisan. Like everybody hates this guy. It's like money, print money at the box office. Like
I'm an arrogant son of a bitch.
Yes.
I'm a YouTuber who came in and I've
Yes.
got the Prime station there. We can't not have the Prime station.
Like,
Prime
why do I need
hydration station.
I don't need to pay my dues. It's fine. I'll just come in here and do what I want.
Yeah, it's great.
Even worse, he's actually a really good wrestler.
He's amazing.
Like, that's even worse.
I saw he just got signed full time.
Yes, I think he got signed a little while ago to like a part-time deal, but now he's like, he's in it full time now. I think it's because Prime's on the down as well, so he's lost a bit of money there, so he's gone into WWE. But all power to him, man. Like I think I prefer him to Seth Rollins immeasurably, because he brings something to the product. He brings something to the show. Like every time he's on screen, you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, he has that go away heat, but also you will pay to see somebody kick his ass.
Oh
like, and eventually they will. It's gonna be
yep.
Because you got to give him a payoff. I'm not sure what Triple H is doing right now. I mean, his first year or two was like so good. We had the Bloodline stuff, and we had Cody coming back, and we had all this thing going on. And AEW was in complete mess at that stage. They had like the Death Riders who weren't very good back then, doing nothing, and Jon Moxley, Dean Ambrose with the world title, who was just doing nothing with it. And it's 1 year, man. It changed everything. Like literally this year, the Travis Scott shit at WrestleMania.
Holy shit, dude!
Just reversed everything.
What a piece of shit! Like, why would you think that's a good idea?
Absolute dog shit. And like, if you can make my wife swear at the TV because she's not a swearer, like she was legitimately. It wasn't like good heat. It was literally like.
Yeah.
What did we
get this shit off my TV?
For? Like, why are we here? Like, this is stupid. Who is this guy? No one knows who Travis Scott is. No one. People in Texas might know Travis Scott. Or people wherever he's from. Is he from Texas? I think he's from Texas.
I have no idea.
I think he's from somewhere.
No.
Wherever he's from, he can fucking go back there and stay there.
Yeah.
Because like, he was just the worst. And The Rock, you're cock teasing everybody all the way through. That was a pure ego move because his movies aren't doing very well. He's like, I'll show you you want me. I'll show you, and I'm going to tease this and then not come
like,
back.
I know you're not going to get into the ring. You're too old, and that's fine. But like, the final boss, like, I don't care. I don't fucking care. What a botched.
Oh, it's awful.
Job with that whole retirement thing. It's like, it got better, I guess, when you made him a babyface again, but it could have been so much better.
He also just decided he was a face now. Like,
he
just went, well, I guess that didn't work. I guess on SmackDown.
Like on a dime.
Yeah.
Which on the one hand, it's like, by all means, don't waste any more time.
Yeah.
Given the situation, let's just basically retcon it, and we will not explain or reference it. That's fine.
It was a cool moment at SummerSlam when it was all black and white, and then all of a sudden the caller kicked in and the whole place has exploded. That was cool.
Oh yeah,
that was cool.
SummerSlam was great.
It was great, and like they're still capable of putting on good shows. Like I don't think there's any doubt there. It's just
that tables and ladder match with all the tag teams.
Oh yeah, so
where the Wyatts won the belt.
Like, every time they've done that, it's been good. But they had a point to prove as well. And I said that to the missus at the time. I was like, nah, they were kicked off the WrestleMania card. They went out there to make a fucking point. Say, listen, next time you put us on, because that's a big payday. You get a big bonus being on the card of WrestleMania. So to have that taken away from you, it must have been a kick in the teeth. But like, I know Tommaso Ciampa's leaving now, so that DIY is gone.
Yeah, I saw that, which is too bad. I mean, I think
he goes to AEW.
Yeah, I think Gargano has what it takes to be a singles guy. We'll see what they let him do, but
Yeah.
I want more YS6. I want more. Like I said, I want more retarded shit. Let's get some spooky shit going. Let's have, more of that.
It's the heritage of it as well. Like literally.
Yes.
His brother is the leader of the White. That's cool. I just do that.
Right.
And
it's great.
They should make. They used to be really good at making these monster heel factions and monster heel characters out of nowhere. Like you had, like Mark Henry was standing around doing nothing for 12 years. Just this fat fuck, like who used to be the world's strongest man, and then they just went, do you know what, Mark? Let's just make you a fucking gorilla. Let's just have you break everybody.
Why not?
And just be the meanest bastard going. And he did. And it worked. He just flattened people. And everyone was terrified of him. Like every time you saw one of your favorites get in the ring with Mark Henry, you're like, yeah, they're done. I just hope they survive. You know. It was like a Minoru Suzuki in Japan. Like this is a guy who just looked like he liked breaking the limbs off of a fly. Just say he just loved it, you know. So when your when your favorite is in there with him, you're like, oh god, they might win, but just don't die, please, because he's just gonna break you. There's aura in wrestling. It's so important.
Yeah, and we gotta have more of that.
Yeah,
you know.
I think Drew McIntyre said the other day, he was on a Impulsive Logan Paul's podcast, and he said, you know, a lot of these dudes in WWE now don't look like WWE guys. Not to me. A WWE guy is larger than life. He has the aura about him.
Yes.
And you don't have to be massive. You can be Kurt Angle. But like, Kurt Angle's same size as me, 6'1". Like, he's not huge, but he's an Olympic gold medalist, and he'll fucking turn you into a pretzel. Like, you know, he won that with a broken neck in a weight class. And that's the thing. He never said on TV. He always said, I won the Olympic gold medal with a broken freaking neck. He never mentioned he went up 2 weight classes to do that as well. Like, he was the smallest guy there, wrestling dude who was 6'4", 6'5", and he won. Like, the whole thing.
He's legit,
Yes. And and he went in, it was genius booking when he went in there. And every time he won, he cried. Even when he cheated. It was just so good. He just, like, he's just crying. Like, it's like the Olympic stuff. Doing all that. It was so good. And I hated him when I was a kid. I hated him so much. But, like, only as an adult now.
You love to see it.
Only now as an adult.
Why can't we there's no reason we can't have that again.
Yes.
Except bullshit. But we'll get it back. We'll get it back.
Nah, I love him so much. I wish he... I know he left for a TNA in, like, 2006, something like that. And, because they wouldn't give him time off, he was like, my neck's fucked. Like, I need 3 months, whatever. So he's left and then went to TNA. It's like, shit. But that guy's legit. Like, that guy, if you're watching this and you've never seen Kurt Angle wrestle, for the love of God, like, go look up Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle, WrestleMania 21, and just, bell to bell, probably one of the greatest matches I've ever seen, in terms of, like, holy shit, like, that is just amazing. And, and even the finish is so good. Like, it's a clean finish. There's no bullshit. One of them wins, and that's it. And the guy who loses is devastated. He just lost. And the guy who won is like over the moon and so happy. That's how it should be, man. That's how it should be. But
seriously,
let's dive into some politics whilst we're up and about. So, it can't be understated how much politics have sort of seeped their way. You used a very good analogy, the cancer metastasizing before, how it seeped its way into maybe thinking a bit too much about the things that you like, maybe attributing a bit too many things to what you like. There is a YouTuber out there called Super Eye Patch Wolf. Now, Super Eye Patch Wolf is very left, like very, very left. Identifies as they, is Irish lad, you know, blah blah. But the dude loves Berserk, and that's the most base thing in the world, and he loves Berserk. And he just, all of his opinions on Berserk are spot on, and like, a lot of the things he's done on The Simpsons, you know, he's not political, he goes for it, and I only know what his leanings are because his live streams, right, you know, and what he talks about. But his actual videos are stellar. That's an actual example of taking the politics away from the person, saying, okay, what do they do, and what do they do well, and what do I enjoy about it? That's that. That's what you should be doing with what you like, in my opinion. When it comes to D&D or 40k or whatever it is that you like.
Yes.
It's not something that's really hit Elder Scrolls, because this is why it goes away from the video a little bit.
Not yet, really but we're going to Elder Scrolls 6. If it comes out at all, it's going to be in Hammerfell. So.
Yes. I know there was somebody put on a picture of the Stranger Things finale, and the hot ginger chick ends up with the black lad. So yeah, whatever. And then somebody put on, I can't remember whose Discord it was, when he put on like a picture of like 10 years from now, and it's just her, she's pregnant with like a black eye. It's like, oh my god, you can't, no, stop it. It's awful. But also like very funny. Like you can laugh at
funny.
Shit. Got a mate of mine called Moyo, big Arsenal fan. Think he's watching, and he's black from down south, and he's the one who sent it to me. He was like, "This is fucking hilarious." I was like, fair enough.
Man. Who could have seen this coming?
I have permission to laugh. Hooray!
Yes.
But like, it is one of those things where politics is getting ingrained in it, and
this is something that is this is the most obvious thing. It's undeniable. It is just the water we've been swimming in for over 10 years
wading
at
in
this point. So
sludge.
I don't think anybody would disagree with that observation. And it is the case to a greater or less degree with everything. We all know this.
Sure.
Nobody would deny it. Even people on the other side would not deny this. At this point, we're well past the stage, well past the stage of denying anything. And look, this is part of the reason why this happened. It's like a second or third order consequence of this nerd thing. At least in part, right? You have people, or you have had for a very long time now, people entering into creative positions, or being even mouthpieces for these hobbies and franchises, who, if they ever truly appreciated something, or appreciated the thing at all, it is from a position of this intellectual, credentialism kind of mindset, this consumption aspect of the hobby. And so what happens when you are not able to sincerely respect, appreciate, understand what the thing is, you have no theory of mind for the actual fan base.
Absolutely.
Then
yeah.
Okay, you're mining the lore in this more political instantiation of the problem. You're looking for things to deconstruct. You're looking for things to quote unquote fix, and you very quickly end up in a situation where we've been in for over 10 years at this point. It really is no different to what what the video was about, what we've been talking about. In less egregious, less egregious examples, perhaps. but it really is a shade of the same thing, which has been going on, and that really is the ultimate end state. You know, this is we made I think two years ago at this point, or a year and a half ago, a May the 4th video about Star Wars.
I remember this. Yes.
Star Wars sucks and so do you, or something like that.
Get a job. Get a wife.
Get a job. Get a wife. Yes. Or it's
be
like, look,
normal. Like, what the hell's wrong with you?
You know, challenge impossible. You know,
Yes.
for many people. You know, this is just a very aggressive example of this kind of thing where there's no ability to understand what makes this thing good, evocative, true, beautiful, engaging, and all that is left is material for politics, whether that's explicit, left or right politics. Politics in the sense of me trying to create some kind of It's me trying to say something. I'm trying to basically, and the only thing I can do, the only creative thing, stunted as it is, that is in my capacity to create, is some kind of propaganda.
That's it. It's poison, and
yes, propaganda is poison, and it is by nature bad
on all sides. It's not a, and this is when. Here's the point that I think people missed. There's a few people in the last video that I did that they just missed the point entirely.
Your last video, yeah.
Yes. I think the way you know when somebody is talking from a place of good faith and when you should listen to them, in my opinion, which is why I've fallen in love with BLG so much, is why I like Super Eye Patch Wolf, right? Is that because they will give you their opinions in a non-partisan way. And what I tried to do with that video was like say, look, here is what you shouldn't do. And I don't care what side of the political aisle you're on. There are bad actors all throughout this, and especially within 40k. And I think it's time to get into the weeds on this. And people were saying I was calling out a guy called Arch Warhammer in that video. I wasn't. Like I genuinely like Arch. I think he's a good content creator. But he's very conservative, and he doesn't like wokeism at all, and most of his videos are about that. So I can see what you mean by like a crusade and shit, like you're saying you shouldn't be doing things like that. No, he's a content creator. It's fine. You know what I mean? You're doing what you're doing. I mean the people on the ground. The minute you start sending emails to Games Workshop saying, I want no leftism, no politics, none of this, not in my Warhammer, dude, they're not going to listen to you. They don't care about you. They couldn't give less of a shit about what you think. I know, because I was on the other side of those emails. I can tell you, I didn't give a shit. Do you know what I gave a shit about? Who's putting money in my till? That's all I cared about. If you stop coming into my store because I've lost my way, that will make me think, okay, maybe we've lost the plot here. Maybe we need to reverse and do an about face. The problem is, there are so many normies out there. Here's the thing. WotC had Critical Role to save them, right? When all this started happening and people started leaving D&D, that's when Critical Role spun up and really became a massive thing. About 2015, 2016, when the wheels really started going of people going over to Pathfinder, over to do their own thing. But what Critical Role did, and Stranger Things, is that they exposed D&D to the zeitgeist of the normal people, and the normies got involved, and now it's making more money than ever. 40k doesn't have that, and it won't, because we're not getting that Amazon TV show, because Henry Cavill won't let it be made, because it'll be a bastardization of what 40k is meant to be. He'll be sitting there going, I'm not doing this. And if you lose him, you lose the show. So like they are at loggerheads. It's not happening. Don't care how many people say to me it is happening. I've got my own eyes. I can see it. That ain't happening, right? So that is a hobby that will get your message eventually if you just stop wasting your energy. Like, emailing Games Workshop and harassing their employees is the same as, I want to say it a different way, ejaculating into a Kleenex and saying you got laid. You didn't. Right? And it's going to make no difference to anybody whatsoever. Nobody cares. That's just where we are. That's what the entire video was about. It was like, you need to put your energy into something more productive than trying to ruin somebody else's day because somebody riled you up on the internet and got you annoyed that 40k isn't what is going more left wing. I would say, of course it is. It's getting more mainstream, and the mainstream is left wing. So make your own shit.
Right.
You know, do you want to?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. It's certainly at this point, and we've been here for a while now, but certainly at this point, I am 100% certain that there is nobody at Games Workshop or Wizards of the Coast or Netflix or whatever who does not understand, is not aware of sort of the landscape right now, and what that there are people who do not like politics in their games. They do not, or movies, what have you. People are tired of the message. They've been tired for a very long time. That everybody gets that now. And whether or not anything changes, or how quickly it changes, for I think most people is kind of besides the point. Because these things are not going to change merely due to some kind of it's a misunderstanding. I'm fairly skeptical on the long-term efficacy of like populist energy anyway, you know, writ large. But as you say, the more important thing, if you know, perhaps you're, you know, a bunch of emails, maybe they do work, maybe it's possible. However, they would only work if that is coupled with a lack of purchases. It's really the lack of purchase that is the more sort of salient vector for your criticism.
Yeah, it has no teeth unless you back it up. You know,
right, and you know, I had made mention to this sort of nerd Stockholm syndrome before. It's like many things are ruined. I would argue, in most cases, irrevocably so. So that being the case, is that unfortunate? Yes. But you never had control over Star Wars or 40k or Dungeons and Dragons to begin with. It doesn't really belong to you. It doesn't belong to you at all. It is something out there, and it is it is a thing that is exposed to the cultural elements, and it's going to get, you know, to continue this metaphor, it's going to get rained on. It's going to get, you know, the wind is going to blow. Things are going to happen. You don't own this thing. So, and the enjoyment of this brand, this game, this hobby is not and cannot be for you, even in better times when things were better, whatever you mean by that, a replacement for your own personality and for your own life. It cannot be a crutch or a surrogate for you as a person and your goals, relationships, your own mental state, you know, in your free time. Again, everything should be for a particular purpose. And again, you don't have to get autistically codified on that, But hopefully you know what I'm sort of trying to get at here. And you have this slavish devotion to checking out the next thing. It has to stop. It has to stop. This isn't helping you. It isn't helping the franchise. It is just masturbation. You know, to your point, you just keep doing it, and it's less fun every time you do it, but you still are doing.
You're getting more and more desensitized every time you click the porn button. It's gonna you're just gonna get less and less out of it. Right. And that's the thing. I think you hit on the point there. In that, look, the only way you can deal with these people, with Games Workshop, with whoever it is, if you don't like the way 40k is going, and you don't like what they're doing with the hobby in general, you are completely within your rights to feel that way, especially with how Games Workshop have treated you. And I think people sort of misconstrued when I was saying as defending Games Workshop. That's not what I'm doing. I'm defending the people working the computers at Games Workshop who are getting paid 20 grand a year to work a normal office job, and they're getting all of this coming in at them all the time. There's a lovely woman called Kathy who moved from payroll to basically customer service, customer outreach, and she had to move back within a couple of weeks. She was like, I can't do this. Like, this is. She's like in her 60s. This poor woman's been there for like 20, 30 years, and she's like, I can't deal with it. Are these our fans? And I was like, well, no, they're not actually. They're, like, these are chronic masturbators. It's what they are. They I don't want my I'm going to say fans, even though it's a very egotistical way to say it. I don't want fans who are on my channel to be that way. Like, I want you to be healthy. I want you to be okay. I want you to be. I want you to have wives, and I want you to go to the gym, and I want you to be all right. I want to go outside and have drinks with the boys, and live life, and not be beholden to what this company that makes toy soldiers is doing. Who gives a royal fucking rat's ass what Games Workshop do? Number one, you can always go back to a previous edition of 40k if you really want to. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. And number two, if you feel that strongly, make your own thing. I'm doing it with Feudal Punk. I'm doing it. I put money where my mouth is. I made Exile Edition because I didn't like the way 40k was right now. I think it's just a terrible game. Like, it's doable. Just go and make it for you, just for you. Nobody else. Just for you. Put all of those energies into writing something you're proud of, and then when you come across somebody that you really care about who also likes the hobby, say, hey, do you mind reading this? And see what they think of it. And most of the time, they'll be like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool as shit. That's awesome. Because I know Nick's been through this as well. You can feel the heart in something. It doesn't matter how bad it is. You can feel that. If somebody really, really loved what they were doing, you can absolutely feel it when you're reading it, when you're going through it. And there's parts of my own writing, people go, that's a bit naff, but I can see what you were trying to do there. And when things become corporate, when things become soulless, that's when you start to lose people. And as you were saying there,
and this is also not to interject.
No, go. It's fine.
This thing that the heart, right, the passion, it shines through so clearly. And even setting aside the political infiltration, although certainly with that, this is something that cannot be replicated at sort of corporate scale. This is the point we had made in our Star Wars video. It's like, even if Star Wars stopped being woke tomorrow, it would still be trash because it is designed by a human resources committee, multiple committees. It's, where that environment creativity is not. Certainly that heart that you're talking about, maybe it's kind of janky or whatever, but holy shit, there's a vibe and a heart and a soul to that. I see what you're trying to get. That you know, there is no oxygen for that thing to be born, to be created.
I would say, if you want to know
the big thing,
a really good example of a modern thing that does that is Mandalorian Season 1, and then juxtapose that with Mandalorian Season 3. I watched the first couple of episodes of that series, and I went, nah, fuck this. Like, this is... Like, the first series was a Western with a Star Wars skin. And I was like, this is for me. This is it. This is what I wanted. Excellent. Brilliant. Love it. And as soon as the corporate machine realized, oh, we got something here, let's shit all over it. Let's neuter this thing till it's no longer recognizable, and it became Star Wars. You know, and that's the issue with something like Star Wars right now, is that, as you said in your video way back in the day, dude, watch it with your children. That's what
that's the appropriate way to do it. It's still there.
Yeah.
You know.
Are you getting obsessed with Star Wars? I don't want to use the word pathetic because it's so harsh, but it kind of is. Like, it is something that's clearly made for children to instill base principles in children. That's what George Lucas was doing. The Hero with 1,000 Faces. He was doing all that stuff. Yes, but also he was teaching like origin lessons with the original trilogy. That's what he was doing. He had samurai movies in there, he had World War II movies in there for a very good reason. He was trying to evoke this lesson in morality and being a good person, and how good can win sometimes, and how it's okay to fall, and all this other stuff. And you're not taking shortcuts. Every single thing was in there, and it was good for the time. The issue was, we then got episode 1, 2, and 3, and we got the rest of it. And we didn't need to know where Darth Vader came from. We didn't need to know where all this other stuff was. We didn't need to know what the midichlorian count was. Be still my torn, gaping anus.
Such a thing.
Oh my god! Like, can you just fuck off with that? You know, you have AIDS, so you have the Force. Great. Awesome.
Magic AIDS.
Yes.
Congratulations.
I don't care if it's Liam Neeson give me the lesson. It's still shit. Like, it's still nonsense.
Yes. It is bad. And, you know, there are many people, This is another thing about the nerd, you know, right? Capital N, nerd. You know, we said before, they don't like anything, and they'll say that they're the biggest fans of something while also having the most shit to rain down about it. Again, because this is just the world, this is the box that they're just locking themselves in. But you look at that, if you're getting so spun up over the state of things, this fake whatever, if you had any sort of self-awareness and some clarity on your own situation, this is completely nonsensical from your own logic, your own, like, from your own position. This thing is shit. You keep noticing ways in which it is shit, and it's getting more shit every year that goes by.
But you don't think, like, Star Wars has no responsibility to you as a fully grown man to cover up all of its... It has no
responsibility to you.
Yeah.
Right. But
it's not for
this
you.
Is the sort of, like, learned helplessness kind of... I hate that term. I hate psychiatrists speak.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's a profound misunderstanding in this nerd impulse that... And this is what a lot of, like, culture warrior people or culture war channels, I think, get very wrong, where things just become terminal very quickly, where it's like I have to be vigilant against the thing so that I can notice it and shout it out, and I'm helping to improve, or I'm helping to hold back the tide.
The thing
You're not doing either.
Yeah.
You're not doing any of those things. You are just burning hours of your precious life that you cannot get back. And,
now, can I just qualify something there?
Sure.
I do think there is something to positive gatekeeping. Because I do think if you're doing it properly, you're not just protecting your own hobby, you're saving the other person time. If somebody comes into, let's say, 40k as an example, and they say, oh, well, I want things to be like My Little Pony. You say, well, number one, you're a freak. Number two, this might not be the place for you. There's a thing called My Little Pony over down there that you will really like.
Right.
And that you're doing them a service. You're saying, look, you won't like this. And even if you try and turn it into what you like, you're going to get a lot of pushback. Maybe go over here, somewhere else. That's positive gatekeeping, in my opinion. When you're doing it out of, not love, but out of like, hey, dude, no problem. You like what you like. I like what I like. This isn't that. So, either get with the program or go somewhere else. The issue comes when you have, as you just said there, people who think they're on some sort of, for want of a better word, crusade, who are saying, no, this can't change. It can't. And there comes a point. You brought up a beautiful analogy before of the banner or something like that. You got your banner. It's in the swamp and it's there. This is 40k, and then the political climate changes. It starts to rain and you start getting wet and it starts getting. You can't change that. All right. And
it's outside of your control. It's outside of all our control. In a certain sense, not to abdicate all responsibility. In a certain sense, you read between the lines, it is outside of Games Workshop's control.
Gestalt, yes, it is.
In a certain extent,
yes.
Hear me out, but yes.
I mean, I completely agree. But that is not, as a fan, that's not under your control. Now, the wider society, I know when the Charlie Kirk thing went down, you guys did an amazing stream, and I had to stop. I was on a treadmill, and you guys were giving like a really cool speech. I had to stop and get off. I was like, I can't do this. But like, it was a really emotional time for everybody who identifies as more conservative, because obviously shit is hitting the fan. And we also had that poor Ukrainian girl as well, who at the same time is a gut punch in two ways. But like what you were saying at the time was that, look, these people are going to be out there, and yes, we need to fight this in real life. But don't you dare think that doing that in a fictional setting is the same. It's not. It doesn't matter.
It's completely meaningless.
It doesn't matter. We're not the same. And this is what pissed me off about some of the responses that I got to that video, is that they were acting like there was some sort of reverse Che Guevara, who were just like, oh, well, we're 40k is this, and if maybe you just don't like it the same way I do. It's like, no, fuck you, dude. Like, I live in the real world, and I'm in the real world voting for real policies that might get what I like, and what you seem to like, into where it needs to be, right? Now, I'm doing that. You can't vote because you're still living in your mother's basement, and you're not allowed to let the government know you're there. So, like... Where are we? Like, what does campaigning for 40k to be more right-wing do for the wider world, for your children? Nothing. It doesn't do anything.
Right.
Because 40k, like all hobbies, really, is worthless. It's only worth something to the people selling you that hobby. It's not worth anything to anybody else. In fact,
I think
it's kind of a drain for everybody else. No, come on, man. Sorry.
No. It's all good. To your point about positive gatekeeping. This is true. Positive gatekeeping. Gatekeeping serves a purpose. I think the issue that people get wrong in many cases is it's like what people believe that by what is that guy's name? Who's the fucking movie? The Critical Drinker.
Oh yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Razor Fist. There's some other guy who wears like a
yeah.
Doctor Doom mask.
Yes.
I'm not even like shitting on these people.
Dr. Disaster.
Something like that. I'm not even shitting on these people, but like, they're
all good.
You can only gatekeep a community which is yours, or to which you belong. You cannot. People think that they're gatekeeping, to use the metaphor, the elements, the culture, the outside, the milieu, the state of affairs as such. That is beyond all of our control.
The world is the world.
The world is the world. Now, if you have a group of people that you play 40K with, or D&D with, or just a group of friends at all, simply by being a participant in that family unit, that friend unit, whatever, there is a gatekeeping energy, and if you're that it will just resonate, right? These are conversations, discussions, disagreements, normal human behavior. You can abstract this more if you're running some kind of a business, Discord community, a larger group of people. But if you don't have even an understanding, a general conception of what it is that you hope to even gatekeep, or what thing, that the walls and the gate are, keeping the outside from, then you are just and more likely than not, it's a different kind of masturbation. It's a different kind of like pressure release. And I'm not saying people should not get upset at things which are very upsetting. Obviously, that is a good thing.
A human reaction, it's fine.
It's a human reaction, and it is a good. It is, in fact, I would argue, virtuous to do so. But there is a, there has to be an awareness of like time and a place and a function and a sense of I hate to use the word utility, because I think utility and utilitarianism is a vastly overused word. But I think what I'm trying to get at.
Well, I think
and having this sense, and I'll finish up my point. It's like that's part of what being more embodied and living in the real world are. You have to have these real connections with other people. That is the only cure to the atomization out there. That is the only response that you can really have given the situation and the time we're in. And that is the only circumstance in which your gatekeeping or your response or your opposition to whatever is going to be of any real value, because you get to actually succeed in that, but also that's the only context in which the good aspects, the righteous aspects of your opposition are visible and shine through and inspire the people around you. I've rambled, but hopefully
I love it.
There.
No, I completely agree. I wanted to just accentuate your point with something that Jethrick has said in chat. He says on things like Star Wars, there is an argument that nerds just need to accept that it's okay to just outgrow young adult targeted broad sci-fi media. Things like Harry Potter, Doctor Who, etc. You've hit on something there that I've always thought of, Jethrick, and that is, I don't know why my friends like Harry Potter. It's for children. And
I've never read any of the books. I've never seen any of the movies.
I did when I was a kid, because I'm British. It was like a national thing. You had to do it. I loved them when I was a kid. I thought it was great. But like the amount of people in their mid to late 30s when Hogwarts Legacy came out who were just creaming their pants over this game, and I was just like, why? Like, you want to role play as a 13-year-old? Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like,
we know that Disney adults are a thing.
Or you had these people going, can we have romance in it? No. No, you can't. Because you're in your 30s.
Yeah.
You're in your 30s. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, man.
I was like, oh, Jesus.
Nice try.
Nice try. Everyone was going after the Weasley character because she's a teacher in it. She's quite hot. It's like, I want my character romance. Yeah, she's a 30-year-old woman, dude. You're like 13. Shut up. Like, what the hell? He makes a salient point, though. And I think there needs to come a very healthy point where you examine your own life and you say, look,
right,
as you said in the Star Wars video, there comes a time when you have to leave these things behind. And you have to look for other things that scratch the same itch but are different.
Right.
Like for me, that was Berserk. Like, I got into Berserk. I'm not a mangaka. That's somebody who writes manga. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm not a manga person. The only manga I've read is Berserk. And whenever you speak to like a manga person, and they go, "You only read one? What is it? Berserk?" They go, "Fair enough." And then they just stop the whole conversation. Like, you don't need to read anything else. You're good. Like it is fucking awesome. And like, I cannot just put into words how good it is. And I love Lord of the Rings. It's like half as good as Berserk. and that's coming from somebody who loves Tolkien. I love Tolkien. Like, I love Tolkien. But like, it's half as good as Berserk. But like, you need to replace these things.
You're completely right.
Kid with a new thing.
And you do, as we talked about from that the Star Wars video, the things which are good from your childhood, not to it's kind of perverse to talk about the function of having children, but hear me out. You do the appropriate way for the magic of those childhood things, which have proved to be at least reaching towards the eternal by still being good at the time you're in your 30s, 40s, etc., etc. You re-experience them through your children and your grandchildren, and that is part of what the human experience is. It is, and that is the right way to interface with these things.
Can I just ask you a question?
Sure.
Before we go any further with that, because I know I'm going to forget in a second. Do you think, on a human level, like we always pass on our stories, we pass on our legends and things that we like. A lot of us would have learned of Lord of the Rings from our fathers or grandfathers or grandmothers, whatever.
Right.
Do you think there is a generational problem here with millennials, and where they just have not grown past enjoying this stuff to the point
it's a huge problem?
They look at their kids and go, "You're not enjoying it the right way. Let me show you how to enjoy it the right way," rather than saying, "Hey, let me show you this and let me watch you enjoying it." Like, do you think that's a serious issue?
It is a huge issue. Every generation has its problems. I am firmly a millennial.
Same.
I'm 39. I was born in '86. This is a particular problem. I've had this conversation with Matt and with other friends that we have, where one of the main sins or failings, blind spots, whatever you want to call it, the Achilles heel of the millennial generation is nostalgia. It is the eternal yearning for a before time and for childhood. It's we're always reaching to go back to the 90s, and there are reasons why that's probably the case. The millennial generation are the last generation to be brought up in an analog world and experienced the birth of the digital world, and then, largely speaking, got rug pulled into another age. The 2008 financial crisis, after when they're supposed to be getting started, and a lot of people are in debt. All of these things. I think there's obvious reasons why this is the case. But it's a huge problem, which not everybody is going to find their way out of, which is sad to say. Very sad to say. A separate but related issue. There's a lot of millennial women out there who sort of bet on the wrong horse ideologically and philosophically, and are not going to make it through. Passing their genes on, and there's going to be downstream effects for decades to come because of that and other things.
There are two things in chat I'd like your opinion on, and we're close to finishing now. I think we're at the end of my notes here. So we have Jethric saying, and again, Jethric, man, you're on fire, man. You said some really cool stuff. He said that millennials are literally styling on kids now. They're buying their Legos and Pokemon for inflated prices. They'll say things like current media is terrible and say 90s tunes were so much better. It's so weird. And that driving up a prices thing is something that I'm completely on board with. Having a kid who's into like Japanese stuff and Pokemon and things, like it is fat nerds who are driving this, who are in the 40s, who are driving this to where it shouldn't be. What's your opinion on that? Sorry.
No, I mean, it's totally accurate. I agree. It's in many ways, it's not literally the case. I think, the real birth of the idea of the nerd or the superfan, arises with Gen X. But really, much of what we have been talking about with this nerd psychosis, it's not correct to say it is unique to millennials, but it is a type of it's a type of madness that the millennial soul is particularly susceptible towards. And
apologies. I just rewatched as I was making dinner your video on Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. And what you were saying just there completely mirrored the attitude change in what Vampire was with White Wolf until what it was in 5th edition. Do you know what I mean? It became, how you put it, apologetic. It became like, we're really sorry that we said all these things. We're like, everything's covered in this Joss Whedon like veneer of sarcasm and
irony.
We're over it, sort of a thing. I think who said it? USA Libertarian in the chat. God bless you. Just said another problem is a lot of the adult entertainment is just childishness masked with depravity, and that is a good point.
Yes.
I just want to bring that
we
up.
know what is it? Millennial writing or millennial script?
Yes.
Millennial speak.
Yes.
We all know what this is. It's enough to be kind of caricaturized and tropified. We know it's a thing out there. It's a huge problem for. I pray for the souls of all my millennial brethren, including myself. But it's everybody do the best you can, especially if you're a man. Stand firm. You gotta detach yourself from these sort of life energy siphons. They're not helping you, and
they're not designed
but
to.
They're
designed to
that's
not help you.
Yeah, but if you're lucky enough to have kids, either already or in the future, you're right. There's a kind of there is a very like feminine kind of energy to parents who are like super fans. The quintessential millennial wholesome Chungus, couple with a kid. We're not taking our kid to Disney World or showing them Little Mermaid or Star Wars.
Yes.
Because it's like for us,
it's
and
for
this is like, oh, finally I have a kid. I have an excuse to sort of relive and that's not good.
I saw this this thing the other day. There's this game I like to play called Football Manager, and it's about it's the driest.
I saw you've talked about this.
Yeah, it's the driest fucking thing you've ever come across in your entire life. And there's this a YouTube I won't name him, and he's a bit of a man. He's not a man child, but he seems like he works with autistic children, which are awesome, great stuff, and he talks about it a lot on his channel. And behind him is a lot of boxed wrestling figures and things like that.
Okay.
Right? And because Football Manager didn't come out for 1 year, he had content to make, but not as much. And so his channel took a bit of a financial hit. And he was basically on his channel begging people to give him money because he couldn't afford to go away on holiday. And literally, I'll need to sell some of my things if I don't get any more people on Patreon. And I looked at the comments, and it was all support from general other millennials, saying, "Oh yeah, great man, you're so good the way I love football and shit like that." I'm like, well, yeah, but he's got a son, and do you need that shit behind you? Does that need to be there?
Yeah.
Is that not meant for him? If you bought that for him, that's still a financial risk, and you shouldn't really be doing that because obviously you've got financial worries. But to buy it for yourself and put it behind you on your video and say I really like this stuff, it just smacked me as infantile. I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? You're a father.
Yeah.
Do this shit.
You gotta
pay your rent.
You gotta cut that shit out. Yeah, pay your rent. Do what you gotta do. Pay your mortgage.
Yeah.
And
do
also
some man shit.
Don't beg for money.
Don't do that.
Nobody should be begging for money. In any capacity whatsoever. Certainly, if you're just on you, don't beg for subscriptions. Don't beg for money. We always try and take pains. Matt and I, take care of yourself first.
You did last night
chats
as well.
On our Thursday live stream.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I saw
don't
that.
take care of yourself, man. Do not feel obligated.
Yeah.
To help indulge your parasocial relationship. And don't buy our shit because we're based. Don't buy buy it because it's good. It's possible it's shit. I know it's not, but buy it because you want it.
It's
consume anything that you're consuming.
Exactly. If you see worth
because
in it,
it's good,
then buy it. There's nothing wrong with self-promotion. That's not. I don't think that's what Nick is saying.
Great.
I'm saying. If you have a Patreon, plug it. If you have all this stuff, plug
Absolutely.
it. Absolutely.
Don't be ashamed about making money, but don't be begging.
Yeah, but don't be saying I can't afford to go on holiday this year. Isn't that really a shame? In a country like the UK where most people can't afford to fucking eat and we have food banks everywhere. Shut up. Just shut your fat mouth. You fucking.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I just such a condescending prick as well. He was in a tournament and somebody told him a base joke, and it was pretty funny. It was about gays, and it was a bit close to the quick. And he said, "I'm not carrying on in this tournament unless this guy's kicked out." I was like, "What the fuck, dude?
Shut up."
Just who cares? Like, this is not the Olympics, man. You can.
Yeah.
You know, these are dots running around a screen, dude. It's you know, nothing going wrong. But again, it's somebody buying into. Yeah, I don't know. As Nick just said, don't do shit like that. Like, people's money is precious, and provide something first, and then come back and say, "Hey, I provided this thing. It was there for free, but I'd rather you paid for it."
Right.
There it is. You know, not that Cult is free. It's not, but like,
Cult is not free.
Yeah.
But that's okay. You if you're putting something out there.
Yes.
This is a not to go on a tangent, but we've talked a lot. If you're passionate about something, and you've got something to say, or you don't like what's going on, make something. But look, dude, don't be squeamish or bashful about trying to make some money here. Things are fucking hard everywhere, and even if they weren't hard, your time is your life, and you are using some of your life to produce something whole cloth that didn't exist before. Charge appropriately for your time and for your blood, sweat, and tears. And that may seem hyperbolic, but it really isn't. There's far more people out there who are ashamed about asking for half of what they should be asking for than there are people out there just grifting.
I mean, as much as people have a go at the market and capitalism and stuff, no, if you've got something that's worth having, all you need to do is advertise it, get it in front of people, and let the market do its thing.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do. Advocate for yourself, advocate for your own skills, advocate for what you love, and then show people what you've got, and then let them buy it or not. And if they don't buy it,
and it'll actually make you be more successful. You're showing your own passion. Yeah. Hey, I made this thing. I think it's fucking awesome, and here's why. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, geez, this guy's really feeling it.
Yeah.
All right.
I've noticed that on your streams is that you never. It's always like, whenever you both talk about Zahak or Bloodmoor, you both start smiling. Have you noticed? Have you seen that?
Yeah.
You both just start grinning. Be like, it's fucking awesome. Yeah,
we think it's great. Really awesome. You know.
And it's infectious. It comes through the screen. That's why it sells. Because people go, well, hang on a minute, maybe they're onto something. Because you can't fake that. You can't fake that enthusiasm. You can't fake that you naturally actually think this is awesome. As much as I'm not a huge...
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not a huge Neil Gaiman fan, but personally. But like he said something really poignant a few years ago. He said, writing anything, you've got to be once really arrogant and really humble. You've got to be humble enough to know that what you're writing is probably shit, but arrogant enough to know in your heart that by writing it, you're going to set the fucking world on fire. Like, that's... Yeah. You've got to be both, and it's difficult. I know a lot of writers who like the cut of their own jib, to put it that way, and it comes across in their videos as well. I'm sure you've come across that with certain people on YouTube, Colville, and other people who will like to espouse their own products that aren't necessarily very good. Critical Role do that with what was it, Candela Obscura?
Candela Obscura.
Yeah. It's whatever. It's a amateur dramatics class designed and masquerading as an RPG.
Yeah, and an incomplete.
I'm not a finished one either. You know, vote with your wallet and make sure that, again, as one thing we'll leave you with tonight is, don't get involved with the discourse. Don't get involved. If you see people talking about politics online and it's to do with anything fictional, walk away. Just walk away. Just if it's in real life, get involved. Yeah, go and vote for the guys you want to vote for. But there are real life battles out there that need to be fought. Who the Emperor is fucking is not one of them. So, just
yeah.
There's energy to be spent here, but not on that.
Yeah. The hour is late and the situation is dire.
Yes.
So
in the real world.
Use in the real world.
Yes. Where we all live, including
you. So, use your energy and your time
to buy Cult of Zahak.
To buy Cult of Zahak, which is the most
it can leave you with one message
thing you could do.
That you could do. The link is in the description. So if you could leave you with one thing, that is it. Okay. I'm going to stop recording now, but we'll carry on the stream because I will say goodbye and then we'll wind down. So thank you YouTube for watching, and we'll see you soon. Oh, all of the links down below. Black Lodge Games. You know what to do by now. Like, they've been here a few times now, and we've got a lots of people on my Discord saying they've started watching your videos and doing things like that. It's really cool.
Thank you.
Sharing links and stuff. It's awesome. So we'll see you guys soon. Awesome stuff. Right, I'm gonna go to John real quick, and then we'll wind down, and then I'll let you go. Is that all right, mate?
Cool.
All right, one sec.
Yeah. Oh, Magnificent Devil. Good to see you, dude. Yeah, they are trying to relive their childhoods. I mean, it's it's part of the nostalgia, right? That siren song of when things used to be better, and there weren't responsibilities. Huge problem. That is why it's happening.
There we are.
Welcome
thank you for
back.
joining, man. It was awesome. It was brilliant as always.
Thanks for having me, as always.
Man. We're gonna have to.
Always a fun time.
We're gonna have to see what we get up to on Sunday now. It's gonna be interesting.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be good.
Absolutely. Well, what are you doing? Axe right now? Did you say you were doing Axe before?
So I run a game before this, with a real life friend of mine, one of his friends, and two people from the Axe Discord, running Adventure Conquer King 2, which I do not regret doing. However, it was a mistake. It is. It's we've sure you've seen us and other people talk about it.
Oh yeah, the tome. The mighty tome that is. Yes.
It's fun. It's good.
It's the one thing about Axe that I hate is that I've tried to write something called Oathblade, which is kind of similar, but then I was like, I always get 25% of the way through the planning stage, and I go, this is just Axe, but shit.
Yeah.
So
Axe definitely has some inconsistencies. It's definitely written. You can tell that Macris, went to Harvard Law School.
Yes. Oh yeah.
It is written like a legal treatise. Like I said, it's fun. I'm enjoying it. That being said, I'm glad I'm putting the game through its paces on the GM side. I think I can confidently say I will not run that game again. I'm very grateful that it exists. It's a huge achievement, but it is it's not it's not really the game for me. It's not. It doesn't do what I really want it to do. If someone really wanted to run it, I'd be happy to play in it. So I can recognize the achievement of it, but it ain't for me.
But you don't need a huge game to be. I think you guys mentioned this from last stream as well. Like the last RPG you were plugging was very small. It wasn't very big at all. And you're saying it's like 30-odd pages. And I've got Cairn here. I picked up this other thing, Yokai Demon Hunters. It's like, it's awesome. Just like that. Just
nice.
Like,
there you go.
30-odd pages, and it does everything you want it to do. Got awesome
Sometimes
art
that's all
in
you
there.
need. Yeah.
It's great. It just you're in feudal Japan. Meiji era Japan, just going around hunting yokai and shit, and it's great.
Yeah.
And you don't need a huge tome to do, like, even Revenant. Like, I'm not. The more I write now, the more I'm not that proud of Revenant. I love it because it's the first thing I wrote and released, but like also like writing Feudal Punk, which is kind of the sequel to it.
Just means you're getting better.
Yeah.
You have more to say, and you can say it better.
It makes me go, ugh. There's like a lot of things in there that I wish I didn't do.
I'm excited for Feudal Punk, man. Are you gonna be crowdfunding it?
No, I'm just gonna do it myself. Just get it out there.
You should consider crowdfunding it.
I would do, but like, I want to write it first. When it's done, then I'll crowdfund it and be like, yeah, it's there. Get it to publishing, and I'll publish it.
Yeah.
But like, at the same time, the one thing that makes me very reticent about crowdfunding it is because Feudal Punk as a thing is very weird. Getting the art done would be... I know because I've tried. I tried with Revenant. I tried to get artists, and I said, listen, I want futuristic knights, but like they're not shooting guns, and and they were just like, what? Like, what do you want me to do?
I can't imagine what you're...
Like, what are you talking about?
Me, an artist, unable to imagine.
Exactly. You'd be surprised. Like, I was like, okay, the mages in this setting manipulate gravity, so I want like a black hole. And they're like, well, what does that look like? Make it up. I don't know. You're the artist. You do it.
That's what I'm paying you for.
He's like, it's fucking... That's
fucking
what they
asshole.
do. Yeah. Like, you know, it's elegant.
This is part of what crowdfunding can help with. You can have it fully written, get some money for the art, and you're investing in it with other people's money.
Exactly.
Which is good, rather than putting yourself in the hole. Potentially, you know, I'm sure it's going to be awesome and it's going to do well, but it's just even if you know, it in and of itself, as it's making you money, it is an advertising platform to get it out there, you know. So people like being a part of something. People like being a part of the launch of something.
The journey. Yeah, I mean, we have so Feudal Punk is going to be marketed on the channel as a 40k alternative, but not galaxy spanning. It's one world, and it's deeply post-apocalyptic, and everything on this world has regressed to a feudal state, almost enforced feudal state, because the Legion, who are these like immense sort of like flood-like machines, like xenomorphs but machine types, huge and small and whatever else you can have. They shut down all technology. They eat technology. That's what they do. Even steam and combustion. They'll either shut it down or it'll track them. They'll come straight for you. You know, this huge horde of machines, and humanity has regressed into a feudal state because the only thing they could fight back with back in the day was swords and spears and things like that. And so they've started killing these things and ripping their metal off and melting it down and using it as weapons they can then fight the Legion with. And a feudal society has grown up out of that. All of the cities on the world are called Great Holds, these immense cities the size of Rome that are around like huge 700-foot tall concentric ring walls that were built by the spacefaring empire to try and survive the initial onslaught of the Legion that wiped it all out. Earth is seen as this like nirvana, like heavenly place, and everybody on the world says, when I die, I'm going to ascend, I'm going to go back to Earth, my soul will go back to Earth, to the Elders, which is us, to the Elders.
Yeah.
We're going to go back there. and there is no moral grayness. It is all they're evil. They're here to kill us, and we're there to survive, and that's what we do. And you guys are part of a Warglaive, which is like a grouping of elite mercenaries. You're traveling the Great Divide between the Great Holds, keeping everybody alive. You're basically just what you're doing is you're tasked with driving away the aliens, driving away the Legion, all that shit, and doing, even magic is weird and scientific. So they've got it's a mutation that allows you to take control of dark energy and to reverse its flow. So dark energy is, I'm sure is pushing the universe outwards. That's what it does. But you can reverse that locally. You can reverse it into a singularity. It's like vroomf. And that's why you can't wear heavy armor as a mage, because the gravitational pull around your immediate body will just crush you like a tin can if you tried.
Yeah.
So you're just there in like a thong and fucking robes, doing all that stuff. And there's lots
Have you ever read the Book of the New Sun?
I have heard of it. I've never read it. I'm
rereading it.
Okay.
It's I think it's very good. Some people bounce off of it. It's the first book is called Shadow of the Torture. They're very
I've heard of this. Yes, I've heard of this. Yes.
Yeah, it's a kind of Dying Earth genre story. It's a science fantasy.
Gene Wolfe.
Massive.
Right, gotcha.
Gene Wolfe. Gene Wolfe, who is the guy on the Pringles can because he invented it.
Oh shit.
Yep. Claim to fame. But
dude, your main character's called Severian. That's gonna be some edgy shit.
Yeah. And he's a torturer. He is a journeyman torturer.
Absolutely.
It's a very cool series. I really like it. It's a little bit. It can be a little impenetrable, depending on your tastes. But the Dying Earth books by Jack Vance are not impenetrable. Those are awesome. If you've never read those, I think you might like those.
Are those on the reading list for this year for the book club?
For the BLG book club,
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Not Shadow of the Torture, but Dying Earth is.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll look into that and get that sorted out. But that's Feudal Punk anyway. That's going to be.
Oh yeah, man.
The 40k analog. It's like, what would we do if 40k wasn't sci-fi? And we're just like, it's like you create this medieval setting, but like if you scratch the surface a little bit, you're like, wait, those are laser swords, like that kind of a thing. Like,
Warhammer 40k, the old world.
Yeah, literally, yeah. That's what we're doing. Anyway, man,
nice.
I will let you go because I'm a ret and I've taken up far too much of your time.
Hey, no, man, this is great. Thanks for having me as always.
No props.
And look forward to Sunday, dude.
Yeah, I'll see you on Sunday. Everybody on stream, thank you very much for joining us. Go follow Black Lodge Games as always. Awesome people over there. Thank you, Matt, for turning up as well in the chat. That was awesome. And enjoy Axe later on, man. And I will see you on Sunday.
Yes, sir. All right, dude. I'll talk to you.
Have a good one. Bye. And there we go. That is Black Lodge Games here with us tonight. It was awesome. Brilliant. Really loved it. Thank you very much for joining me, everybody. Jethrick, mate, you were awesome. And a bunch of other people here as well. USA Libertarian, Athletic Alcoholic. Percival, thank you very much. Suyon Kim, thank you very much. Somebody joined us from the Black Lodge Games channel before as well, talking about stealing my goblin women. And you can't have them. So, just so you know. They're mine. They will only accept my dominance. But yeah, that's where we are. So thank you very much, guys, for being a part of the show tonight. I will be back on Sunday. Will it be Sunday? No, I'll be back on Monday. I'll be back on Monday for some more Hobby Nightmares. This video will be recorded tonight. Will be up either on Saturday or on Tuesday. Haven't decided which. So we'll see where we are. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, dudes. Be safe. And I'll see you soon. All right. Have a good one. Bye now.